Good day, everyone. Welcome to QRL Season 2. I am Ray, and I'm joined by Dave.
Hello, how are we all doing today?
Well, I'm doing quite well. A bit warm in this room. I'm already sweating, but I'm excited, so it's gonna be fine. And yeah, we're waiting for everyone to join the lobby. And
Nice.
yeah, what are you gonna
Looking
say?
forward. No, I'm going to say looking forward to a good race today.
Yeah, I hope the standards.
Returning champions across the board as well.
Yeah, the real GOAT, man. Let's see what he can do in Mercedes this season. So yeah, and about the racing standards, I hope we're doing a bit better than PSGL lately, because that's all over the place.
Yeah, there's been some interesting incidents there. Hopefully we can avoid them today.
Yeah, hopefully we can. And guys, so this is Dave. I know him from another league where we race his teammate. It used to be Seb today, but he canceled last minute. So this is Dave. I'm happy he's here. But yeah, let's go and take a look at the calendar, because we have a little bit of a different format this season. It's gonna be 3 blocks of 4 races with a 1 week break in between them. So the first block will be Catalonia, Spain, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, Lusail, Qatar, and Spa-Francorchamps, Belgium, and then a 1 week break. So today we're driving around Catalonia, and let's take a look at the track layout. So, of course, this is Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, with a clockwise and 4.6 kilometers, 14 turns to the arrest zone. So, yeah, tell me something, Dave. What do you think of this track?
Yeah, I think personally it'd be interesting to see how people are handling the changes. Obviously, you've not got the tight finish to the circuit anymore. And from watching the Creator Series yesterday, there was 1 or 2 bumps going into the pit lane.
Oh my.
So navigating that could be quite interesting. There's a slight bump in the track if you do hit it wrong, can cause some issues. So it'd be definitely worth keeping an eye on.
Yeah, that's good information. Thank you. And I mean, I'm excited. I think Spain is a perfect track to start the season with. I mean, it has something of all. So that's also the reason in real life they're testing there. So, and at the moment we're having 19 drivers out of the 20 on paper. So that's good. We are definitely going to do a full quali, because remember, guys, if we only have around 14-15 people, then we're going to do short qualifying. But yeah, and I can see the 20th guy joining now, so that's good. So
should be action all over the track then.
Yeah, I mean, we have some new faces here and also some familiar faces. I mean, Night Nerd is Nightwing, of course. He is known by us. We've got Kippo, the real goat, Bloodsport, Pringle, Edward, Cizichuk, Panther, and Wackfest, something. They are all known, but also some new guys, De La Cruz. Then we've got Lucci, NASCAR, Hafiz, Felper, Quantuan. So a lot of new drivers.
Yeah, a lot of new drivers, but I still think, obviously, the real GOAT coming off his season 1 title win.
Yeah.
Should be going into this a bit of the favourite. It's up to the new guys to show us what they can do and maybe get some new faces at the front of the field.
Yeah, I partly agree with you, because he's of course champion, so the pressure's on him. He should show what he's made of. But I think pace-wise, he's maybe not purely the quickest, because I think Something is one of the quickest guys I've seen in this league. But like you told, he's a champion, so he is capable of winning. So. And
he's obviously there for a reason, so it'd be good to see if he can keep that going, or whether we'll, like I said, get some new challenges to his title.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm really I'm really wondering, like, because this is a complete new game, the traction changed a lot, so not every quick driver that was quick in F1 22 should automatically be quick in F1 23. And also the new guys, what can they do? I don't know anything about them yet. So yeah, that's first the round 1, of course, to see what's up.
Yep, that's always the excitement of starting a new season, especially when it's on a new game as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know who's going to be at the front.
Yeah.
But you just got to look for that consistency on the race in order to get some solid points.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the change in handling of 22 to 23 is bigger than the change from 21 to 22, because especially the traction, it should be a lot easier to go on the throttle, but still, it's always easy to spin. But I think what I noticed is that I was struggling in F1 22 with finding the right time to go on the throttle. Oh, and I think we're going into qualifying almost.
Or it looks like they could be readying up soon. A few of them are just starting to go through.
Yeah, and I got a notification about the voice chat, so that was something else probably. But I can see 20 drivers in the grid, so yeah, exciting, man. I think it's been a long time since we had a full grid, and I'm seeing people are readying up. So hey, G1 Gaming, nice you're watching from Miami. And Gabriel, I hope you're also gonna enjoy this. Unfortunately, let's see, can he race? I mean, he's reserved, but oh, he is racing. So I think somebody else last minute cancelled, so that's why Gabriel is racing. So he's a happy man. He practiced a lot, so and it's
maybe this is where he puts his name forward for a permanent seat.
Yeah, I mean, this is where he can prove himself. I've seen Gabri being quick this game, so yeah, let's see if he can get some decent points. But we're going in almost, so let's wait. And yeah, I'm excited. So qualifying 1. It's gonna be yeah, about 45 minutes qualifying, of course. It's a full quali, so and we're
Strap
waiting.
ourselves in.
Yeah, and we're waiting for people to join and prepare the setups and stuff. I think we're not doing Park Vermeer this season because I'm not sure actually, but because somebody said like maybe don't use Park Vermeer so everybody can use quali and race setups. I think PSGL is also doing that, so we're doing a lot of PSGL things here, like also the point system. So it's 16 points for the winner, 12 for P2, P3 is having P10, and then it goes down from 8 to, I believe, 1. So.
Oh, of course.
Or 7, yeah, it is.
Getting loaded in now.
Yeah,
there we go.
Getting loaded. So let's go.
Clock is ticking on Q1.
Yeah, and let's put every setting up that we need here in the qualifying. Yeah, I think that's it. So now it's just waiting and see who's gonna hit the track first. I can see CC is on inters. I mean, that's a common thing where they just warm up, where they just test all the gear they're using, if everything's working. And I think only Joe and CC are on inters. And the Red Bull...
Red Bull leaving the garage.
Yeah, something, or is it even...
I think that's something.
Or an Alpha Tauri is... Oh, that's not what I wanted. No, it's his teammate, so it's Hafiz Rooney. So Hafiz is out to go for his first Q1 lap. And so guys, sorry, I totally forgot all the hotkeys, so I have to remember them a bit again, but I think F6 is... Yeah, okay. Okay, guys in chat, can you let me know if I put the onboard engine sound, is it okay with my voice, like volume wise? Is this manageable? Let me know in chat. I think I tested it out, but if it's too loud, I can still change it. So yeah, Hafiz Rooney, a new guy, and let's see what he can do in his
G1 says the sounds are perfect.
Oh, perfect. Okay, nice. Thank you, G1. Okay, so...
Yeah, straight out on softs again. He must have done a little bit of practice early on.
Yeah.
Not needing to test his equipment on inters.
Yeah, 3 guys on inters. Joe Knight, Maxette, and Cici. Yeah, I'm really curious. This is going to be the first lap of Hafiz Rooney, so let's see what he's doing here.
Yeah, first lap in anger, a couple of cars just coming out of the pits. Hopefully they do stay out of the way.
Yeah, I think this is going to be fine. The Alpine is right where he needs to be, and Hafiz is going around the first couple of corners. He missed the apex a bit. That's losing him some time potentially. And let's see how he's doing here. Oh, also a bit wide, so he's not looking too hooked up, and it's also looking like he's using a pad. Is that right?
I mean, I'm not too sure there, but he's definitely wide there. This isn't going to be trouble in the top of the leaderboard.
Let's go to an Alpine behind him. Is it? It's Bloodsport, so... Oh, he's on an outlap.
Bloodsport's on his outlap. I think something was the next one to cross the line.
Yeah, and something is almost finishing his... Oh, he finished his first sector, so now he's up to the middle sector, and let's see how he's doing here. Turn 7, I think. This is always this was always a tricky corner where you can spin quite easily, but the traction has improved so much. And this is a guy where you should look out for because something is so rapid. So let's see what he can do in his first hot lap in Q1 of QRL Season 2.
Yeah, we certainly should be close, but he's coming around, probably just coming in. Well, he's into Sector 3 now. Yellow flags around, but I think that was maybe someone getting out of the way.
Oh, a nice little slipstream here for the from the Aston Martin, and let's see what he can do. A 1:11.7, and there is another Red Bull behind. It's Kippo. Is that an outlap?
No, Kippo 1:12.7, so that doesn't look like an outlap there. Hafiz definitely backing off that lap because we've got Felper who then goes into third. Yeah, there is quite a spread between these top 3, so I certainly don't think that'll be the last lap for any of them.
Yeah, let's go to McLaren here. I think it's NASCAR for his first lap. Yeah, I have to get used to all this again, guys. Sorry for all the switcheroo here, but oh, Lucci invalidated, so that's unfortunate. And I think it's an AlphaTauri. Is it Gabi Dorca? He's on an out lap.
He's on an out lap, just starting his lap now.
Yeah, so who's on a lap at the moment? Dela Cruz maybe?
It looks like we've got Pro Pringle. Dela Cruz has just started his lap.
Yeah, Pro Pringle. Let's go. Yeah. I finally found someone that's on a lap. Yeah, sorry guys, it's been at least half a year for me, so I need to get used to all this. You know,
it's the first race of the season for the commentators as well.
We also have to get into it again. And Pro Pringle not doing a quick lap here. Is it Luke behind with slipstream? No. Oh, it was, but when he finished, I pressed this button. Yep. So
you've got the real GOAT on a lap now as well. If you want to watch the
yeah, the real GOAT, the champion of season 1. Oh, there's a car around. I think that's an Alfa Romeo around.
Yeah, looks like it.
So yeah, let's see what the real GOAT can do. Can he get close to something? And I've seen some guys talking about what would a pull time be, and I've seen, was it 11.3 in Creative Series, or was it 11.0? I don't remember, but I think some guys here should be able to get a low 111 today. So yeah, but
it certainly looks like it's on the board. Something definitely putting a stamp on, stamping his authority on the field to start off with. We've got the real GOAT coming across the line. 12-2 puts him in third to start off with.
Yeah, and let's see, is it Dela Cruz?
Dela Cruz or Chuk maybe on a lap?
I think he made a mistake because he's backing out and letting the Alpine go. And what Alpine is it? Is it Edward? No, it's Bloodsport. Oh, Bloodsport. Let's see what he can do. The league owner, and used to be pretty quick. And
12-3
P5. I mean, good banker. Nothing too special, of course.
No.
And let's see.
Is Chuk or Gabri on a lap at the moment?
A lot of guys hitting the pits now.
Yeah, I think this is the right one. So Gabri first and then CC Chuk afterwards.
I think everyone's going into the pits now.
There's the Haas currently, CC Chuk.
Yeah, I was trying to get, but he's... Why can't I switch to CC Chuk, guys? Oh, there we go.
There we are.
Oh, so the right... Oh, I messed up. Yeah, so this is his first lap, and I just found out that the left shift button is the one I should use, not the right shift button. But this is a really slow lap, so he probably made a mistake. And then it's Quantuan. He's going back into the pits. Is it an Alpine? I think Edu is on a lap then. It must be. Eduard. He's starting his first lap.
Just starting a lap, yep.
Yeah, so let's follow him. Yeah, I'm... Oh, the real GOAT retired, so he's confident that nobody will knock him out. And let's see
what... just wants his race pace to get him there.
Yeah.
If he does go low.
So this is the teammate of the co-owner Bloodsport, and I know him as Edu, but today we're calling him Edward, of course, for the viewers. And also interesting, Night Nerd is actually Nightwing, but I'm calling him Night Nerd for now, because then everybody knows what's up. And I see that 5 drivers who didn't put up a lap time are also on an out lap. But let's see what Edward can do here.
Including the Constructors Champions from last year as well in the Williams, Night Nerd and Joe Knight.
Yeah.
Just heading out to set their time. He's gone Edward's gone purple in Sector 2 there.
Yeah, but I think that's still a little glitch, because sometimes everyone's getting purple, so we don't know if it's for real. But yeah, I'm definitely interested to go to Nightwing after Edu did his lap, Edward. And then see the other 4 guys who didn't put up a lap time. Let's see what Edward can do. A 1:12.5, and then let's go to Night Nerd, because he and his teammate are still going for the first laps. And yeah, I mean, the real GOAT is confident with the 12.2, but let's see if that's actually safe.
It could be an interesting decision. There's a lot of the field around that 112s, 113s mark.
Little moment from Night Nerds.
Always dangerous going up that hill, like you mentioned earlier, though.
Yeah. And I think 2 McLarens are behind him, and also Joe Knight. So, yeah, everyone's taking purple, I guess. But I think, he's all over the place. I think this is not going to be a really good lap from Night Nerds. But yeah, let's see what he can do. And let's also see what McLaren is behind him. Is it NASCAR?
It will be NASCAR, yeah.
Yeah, and Nightwing is not going to do a quick lap. I already know that. And only for P11, like I said. But maybe NASCAR can get into the top 10. And guys, remember, you need to get into top 15 to qualify for Q2. Let's see. Oh my god, that's looking quick. And
across the line.
Oh, okay, P7.
Oh.
But also, ooh, Joe crossed the line and probably made a mistake. But let's see, a Haas. What Haas? Oh my god, who is that Haas?
There's not a Haas on track at the minute. It looks like he's gone into the pits.
Oh, it's a Ferrari that's going into pits. Let's go to the Mercedes of Juan, who invalidated. So a lot of drivers invalidate or having moments. Okay, and Aston Martin.
Is it Panther? In P9?
Yeah, it is. And he's not improving.
No, 117. Definitely not improving. He's still got plenty of charge.
Or maybe he's starting his lap now.
Something retires from the session as well.
Yeah, he is safe, I guess, because that's also what you see in the top level lobbies. Like, some of the top guys are just retiring because they know they're safe.
Yeah.
Oh, and Panther is improving his own time with half a tenth. So if you can keep this up, maybe he get into the top 7.
If he keeps this up, he could get into the top 3.
Yeah, if he keeps the momentum up, but he was only half a tenth up. So let's see what he can do in sector 2. And
half a tenth. I saw you said half a second. That's my fault.
Half a tenth. Yeah. So let's see. And Wackfest also retired, so they are really confident.
Yeah, it's still half a tenth up, so we might be able to get a place.
Yeah, so Letters is saying in chat, is a 12.1 save. Well, I think it is. But let's see what Panther is doing. If he's really getting a good improvement here. Because ideally he doesn't want to use another set of softs. And it's good for P7, so really decent lap time for him.
Yeah, good lap time there. I think looking below, I think everyone from... maybe Night Nerd down definitely need, or Kippo down really need to get another lap in.
Yeah.
I think everyone below is definitely, getting into those 112 seems to be a regular occurrence. So we want to be under a 12.5 really to be sure that they're in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Joe just went out of the way for Maxette. And I think Maxette is the first driver out that's going to do the last attempt probably, or maybe the second last. But let's see what Maxette is doing, because Maxette really needs a good improvement here. Only a 116.2, probably a mistake because I know Maxette is quick. So let's see what Maxette is doing. I think he should be able to get into the top 5 because he's shown some really good pace last season when he drive.
Yeah, I think like a lot of league races though, it's just a matter of making sure that we're not making mistakes.
Yeah, and as you can see, Maxette is really hooking it up here, going really close to the curb, so that's looking decent.
Yeah, coming fast out of turn 3 as well.
Yeah, it's looking really hooked up, already improving it by a second, but that's not enough of course. But maybe he made some mistakes also in sector 2. Let's see how his delta will look at sector 2. A little moment there, but he's correcting it really well. And this is also a really tricky corner, a lot of elevation. Easy to spin if you go flat out too early. But he's really looking hooked up here. And let's see how much he's improving in sector 2.
Yeah, we're looking for about 3.5, maybe 4 seconds improvement there. 2.7 though. Well, 3 seconds only puts him, only moves him up a little bit, still puts him in danger.
Yeah.
He needs to hook up this last
but
sector,
I think in sector 3 he can also easily improve, because sector 2 is probably where he found out he made a mistake. So he probably did not a really quick sector 3. And let's see what he's doing now. See, a 111.8 for P2, so a really good improvement. While an Alfa Romeo is upside down, or I mean backwards. But a Ferrari of Lucci, is it? Oh man, my fingers are...
Ferrari...
Yeah, it's Lucci.
Yeah, it will be Lucci.
And he really needs to be on it now, because this is maybe his last chance to... Well, Pro Pringle is out.
Yeah, it must have been him that was facing the wrong way.
Yeah, he was... I was even saying he was upside down, but that's probably not the case. But so Lucci, what can he do? I know nothing about this. He's going into the pits.
Yeah,
so,
it didn't look like he was hooking that lap up. Maybe he just wants to get one fresh set on.
Yeah.
If he dives in now, he's definitely got enough time to get out and get another lap in.
Exactly. And Edwards is going... This must be his last attempt. Because ideally you only want to use 1 or 2 sets of softs in Q1. And in Q3 you're of course getting a new set, but let's see what Edward can do. I don't think he needs to improve that much, because a lot of guys are in a pit still, but he is improving, I guess. For P4, really impressive. For 112.2. And we've got a
just
Haas.
point out you've got Joe Knight. I think the Haas is coming back into the pits.
Oh yeah, he is.
But Joe Knight,
Joe
looks
Knight.
like he is
warming
the next
up.
one to start a hot lap.
And then we've got Kippo
the calm
behind
before
him.
the storm.
So Joe, Kippo, and who's that? Alpine? Is it Bloodsport? No, Bloodsport is in the pit, so it's Edu. Yeah, but let's go to Joe, because he and Kippo are preparing for the hot laps.
And Williams really need to up their game here, both in danger.
Yes. Oh, Joe's getting out of the way for Red Bull. So he might choose to get some
slipstream down the main straight, maybe? Oh, he's backed off, really.
Yeah. Let's hope he's not doing a George Russell this year in Spain. Because
he's letting the Alpine of Edward go past as well.
Yeah, I don't know if this is ideal for his tires, but... Okay, so then it's Kippo in front then, starting his lap. And so Kippo, Edward and Joe are behind each other. So I think
Edward will be heading into the pits there.
Okay, so
after finishing their lap.
So it's Kippo in P12, kind of looking safe, but we still got some decent drives behind, like Night Nerd, Joe. They are capable of getting... Oh, Kippo improving a 10, so it's really looking good.
And we've got a yellow flag ahead, but I think...
And let's see what Joe did.
Going a little bit slow.
Oh, Joe... I missed the button, so let's go back to Kippo. So yeah, if Kippo can keep this up, he's safe, and yeah, it's really important what Joe is doing, because... And who is that Haas in front of... Oh, he's warming up, so let's go back to Kippo.
Yeah, it's going to be Kippo
310s, yeah. So if he keeps this up, he gets himself into the top 7 maybe.
Yeah, there's been a spinning Mercedes at the back with Quintoini.
And also a McLaren, or he's getting out of the way. But let's see what Kippo can do here. And then Joe, of course. Kippo is, yeah, he's safe. And Joe, oh, Joe is down. A 10th, he's down. So he might not make it to Q2.
Comes across the line.
No, that's short.
13.3.
He improved, but it's short.
Yeah, he's not going to get round for another lap, unfortunately.
No, Luci's just starting his lap. Oh, there's an AlphaTauri. And what AlphaTauri is it? I think it's Hafiz. Hafiz, what is he doing? Oh,
115, not good enough.
Or is he starting his lap? Well, he got some time still, but let's go. I think it's Bloodsport. Oh, no, who is that? A Williams. Oh, it must...
Is that Night Nerd?
Yeah, Night Nerd.
There we go.
He's down 5 seconds, so that's not going to be it.
Well, he's going to be starting his lap here, maybe.
Yeah, and then it's Garby on his out lap, and then we've got 2 McLarens. Oh, NASCAR made a... Oh, yeah, he's not going for it. Is it Felipe then? Or Felper? Also on an
out lap as well. Yeah, you've got Haas behind them, maybe in CC Chuk.
Ooh, CC Chuk, yeah. Forgot about him. Yes, and he's going off, and that's not...
Again, yeah, we need some times coming in there, guys.
Yeah, everybody is in an outlap or making mistakes.
Yeah, Mercedes of Quintoini is, again, retiring from session, so it looks like we've had 3, maybe 4 that are out.
Gabri retired. He's P15, so... Can
Lucci, I think so. Yeah, Lucci's the one to keep an eye on.
So if Lucci can improve Gabri, then Gabri is out.
On the last corner. Comes across.
Oh, and he knocks him out.
Well, that was...
But how is Gabri still in P15? He was already in P15. How is that possible?
It's shown him as a 112.3 on his time, though.
Oh, but Lucci didn't have a time, and Gabri had P15, and now he's still.
Yeah,
P15.
look at the times though. Gabri's time is 112.3, which should put him 8th. There's been a glitch, I think, with the timing system. It's actually knocked Felper down there. Is Felper on a lap at all?
Let's go to Felper. Nah, he's not. But is it Nightwing going? Yeah, he's down as well.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other flying laps to be done here.
Maybe a Haas from.
CC Tube, but again, people are through here, but it doesn't look like he's pushing 9 seconds
and he doesn't need to, because look, everyone below 15 is not on a lap or is in a pit, so that's it, guys. That's definitely it. Oh man, Joe is saying in chat he got blocked by Mercedes.
Yep.
Sorry to hear, Joe.
Yeah, sorry to hear it. I don't know whether it is the spin from Quintoni, but it is a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
Hopefully in the race you can bring that back though, Joe.
Yeah. So something in Maxet only drives with a 111 something. So yeah, I don't know if we're gonna see a low 111, maybe a mid 111, but let's see what happens. But yeah, let's wait for it to finish officially because the time is still running, and then we can look at the end result of Q1.
Yep. And I think for Q2 as well, just looking at the times there, you should be looking for a 112.2 at least. I think there's definitely more pace in there. Two drivers, as you mentioned before, in the 111s.
Q2 is also always a bit quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the safe time would be a 112.3 or 2 maybe at least.
Yeah. But just thinking the twos are all the way down to P7 here, so you'd expect everyone else to better their time towards that.
Mm-hmm. So guys, we really got some, quick times here. Something in Maxet, Breakfast, really close to that. But let's take a look at the guys who are knocked out here, and it's. Oh, I think maybe I maybe know what happened. Gabri is probably disqualified because his time was quick enough, but he is not into Q2. So we only have 14 drivers in Q2. So we got Gabri out, Felper Motorsport out, Joe Knight out, Pro Pringle, Hafiz Rooney, and Quantuan. So really unfortunate for those guys. Both Alpha Tauris out. So really unfortunate. But yeah, let's see what we can, what they can do in Q2. And yeah, so wow.
Yeah, we're still pretty tight across those guys that are coming through. The fact that there's only a second between P1 and P13.
Yeah, it's. I think it's gonna be spicy. I think Q2 is gonna be closer than Q3 because I think there's a lot of guys that are maybe not quick enough to compete with the top guys, but they are quick enough for just getting into top 10. So I think the midfield is gonna be really close, and I can see that we're starting already. So let's go back to F123 here, and
timer has started for Q2,
and put all the data up again. So there we go. And so 15 drivers left. We got 2 Alpines still. We got only 1 Williams. We got 1 Mercedes, 2 Red Bulls, 2 Aston Martins, 2 Ferraris, 2 Haas's, and 1 McLaren and 1 Alfa Romeo. So
yep, it looks like something's made his way out of the pits first again.
Yeah,
so he will be the fastest. He will be the first lap around here.
He will definitely be, unless he's gonna do a Joe.
Yeah, so something and CC Chuk that are the first 2 out.
Yeah. Hey, I remember Joe was letting some cars by. Maybe that wasn't the best decision. Because later on he got blocked or something.
Yeah, these things happen, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, Noxus, it's really close. So Noxus, the guy in chat, that's actually Panther, so he's driving. So
but yeah, it definitely is really close. Like I said, a second between them, top 13, was it?
Yeah, it was crazy.
So it certainly makes me excited for the race as well.
Yeah, for an amateur league, that's a pretty nice gap. I mean, in esports is of course way closer, but they're all on top level. But yeah, let's see what happens here. So something is the guy that's confident to set up maybe only 1 lap and then already go to Q3 because he is really quick. And I've told you, Dave, that he is one to watch out for. He's shown some pace. You
did say his pace has been great.
Yeah, and the real goal.
Hopefully you can keep that going not only in qualifying but also into the race as well.
Yeah, I know his race pace is really amazing. So, but let's first see how his quali pace in Q2 is. So let's see how hooked up he will be around the curbs and the apexes. So really close to the outside, touching both curbs here. This is exactly what you want, and then really close to the right-hander here, making sure to get a lot of traction and use all the track possible. And I think up to now it's looking really hooked up.
Yeah, it's been a good lap here. Gets a great exit off turn 4. Drops down the hill into this surprisingly tight left-hander. Can catch some people out a lot of the times there. Little snap. As he comes up to this uphill section again. can be one of the tricky parts of the section in this sector 2.
I think he
Does
touched
quite
a
well.
bit too much yellow curb there, ideally, but... Oh, and a little moment
and
again.
a snap there as well.
Yeah, and we don't know if he's on used tires. Because some drivers would use a set of used tires to warm up. So maybe that's the case why he's having a little less grip now.
Quite possibly. His time's still looking pretty
I mean,
good, at least for a 112. I don't think it's as fast as his Q1 time.
he might be in used softs. I mean, that's what I've seen also in PSGL sometimes. Like, they're going out. But it's still a 12, so...
12-0
really
should be good. CC Chukin behind with a 12-4.
We've got a Red Bull. It's Kippo.
Yeah, Kippo coming across as well.
A P2. So and then we've got a Ferrari. I think Wackfast for 112.4, and then it's Bloodsport for
P2.
Yeah, and then Lucci. What is Lucci doing? Oh, P6. Then we've got both Aston Martins. Oh, Luke to P2. So that's really decent. Now I think,
and then Panther into P7.
Yeah, I think they're all new softs though, because you can see one lap. So. But it's a Mercedes also out, the real GOAT. The championship winner of last season, but he invalidated. So let's go to the Haas of Maxet, I guess. No, it's his teammate, but he already did a lap, so it should be... I think Dela Cruz is on a lap, yeah. And the real GOAT invalidated. That's really something, because the real GOAT invalidated, so that's already a set of softs used. Well, the Cruz is having a moment. A nice tag though, Lewis Hamilton 44. And yeah, let's see what he... I think this is not going to be an amazing time because he was all over the place. But I mean, I think it's all about that banker, because everyone's best lap will be nearly the end of Q2. So
yeah, I mean, looking at his Sector 2 time, I think he's only 2/10 down from something's lap, which is around a 50.7.
Yeah, that's...
So he's not doing too badly. If he can hook up these last couple of corners... and carry his speed through onto the straight, hitting his apex, because he should be okay.
Yeah.
He does take that nice and wide and meets the apex nicely.
Still P7.
A 12.4.
Yeah, I mean, it could be worse. I think, let's see. Yeah, we got Night Nerd and Maxet in the outlap. So let's focus on those guys, because the rest will definitely be in the pits or go to the pits. And I just got a confirmation from Gabriel in the chat. He said he was bottling it on track, so he had a decent time for Q2, but he crashed. So imagine if he didn't do that extra lap, he was still safe. So unfortunately for Gabri. And let's see what Maxet can do. Maxet, in my eyes, is also a really decent driver, but yeah, I haven't seen that much, but I think he can do some really good. What was I saying? He can show some really good pace. So. Sector 2, let's see how he does here. Up to now it looks kind of hooked up, but I think something was a bit quicker. Oh my god, he almost spun.
Big stop.
And that's not gonna work, so let's go to Night Nerd. Night Nerd is... I still have to get used to it, man. I know him as Nightwing, so... Pain in Spain, Gabri.
The artist formerly known as Nightwing.
Yeah, formerly known. Okay, guys, everyone who's watching now, if we have some interviews after the race, I'm saying if, because not always everyone wants to get interviewed, but you can also ask a question in the chat for the specific driver I'm interviewing, so remember that. But let's see what Nightwing can do. He's in Sector 3 just now.
Yep, he's only a couple of hundredths down on something Sector 2 time, so this could be a good lap.
Ooh, this could be a good lap then. And let's see
top 5.
What he will do around the last corner. 2 corners, I should say.
They missed the apex on the third to last though, but
it's a bit wide. But it's still good enough for P5.
P5.
And then let's go to the real GOAT. Okay, I really want to see him, because he made a mistake in his first lap, and he's probably out on his 3rd set of softs already. So he really needs to hook this up, because if he's making another mistake, I think he doesn't have a set left. So this is it for the real GOAT. Or maybe I'm wrong, but I think this is his 3rd set. It should be, because in Q1 he at least used 1, and in Q2 he already used 2 now. So, but it's purple. I don't know. There's no delta on his own time yet because he doesn't have a time, but it looks hooked up.
Yeah,
this looks really
look nice and smooth as well. When it does look clean, that's usually a sign of it being quick.
Yeah, he didn't have a correction yet, so it's really looking good. Let's see if they get out of the
Really
way.
take
Oh,
that corner. Oh,
the Ferrari went out of the way by spinning, and there's a... Oh my god. Oh, taking a bit of slipstream there. I don't know, that was too effective because the car was...
50.5 though, coming through sector 2. That's up on something's time
Yeah.
of 50.7.
This is probably going to be a really quick lap. Let's see if it's going to be quicker than something's Q1 lap. Well, Quant 1 left the session, but he is also out already, so... But let's see what the real go. Looking really quick. Yeah, that's going to be an improvement.
111.
Yeah.
There we are. 111.8.
That's really good.
P1.
And I think Edwards is in a lap time here.
NASCAR maybe Monos. Oh no,
Maybe also
NASCAR's
Lucci.
early.
Let's go to Edwards. Let's see what he can do. Okay, that's
Oh,
decent.
111. Yeah, 112.1
Yeah,
into P4.
It's decent because I remember Edwards wasn't driving that much lately, and that's really good. 12.1.
Yeah, you got Lucci or Wefex. One of the Ferraris are on a lap there as well.
Yeah, first
There
we got
we go.
Lucci, and then we got Wegfest in a lap.
Yeah, 50.6 puts him half a tenth up on his own time.
Yeah. Hey Gabri, why are you laughing in chat, man? Explain yourself. Okay, Lucci, let's see what he can do in the Ferrari, man. I always like the Ferrari, man. The black and red. Red's my favorite color. And he's doing 111.8, so really good time. And NASCAR is the next guy. Oh, he's 6 seconds down, so that's not going to help him. The real GOAT already did a lap, so I think it's the teammate of Lucci, Wegfest. And Wegfest, also known as the real... No, I mean something with Goose in Discord, but we have actually 2 Gooses. But one Goose is not here today, and he's replaced by Lucci. And Lucci... Oh, Wegfest into the pits. So I think...
May have made a mistake there if he's wanting to get one more lap in. Panther's down on his own time. That's not going to get anywhere.
Commentator man. I'm switching and they all make mistakes.
Edward maybe, or is he just heading into the pits?
Nah, he just did his lap, remember, for P5.
Yeah, it looks like something's actually heading back out there. He wants a clean sweep of this qualifying. Something just coming out of the pits. I think he will be the next flying lap starter.
Yeah, but I don't really understand this because I think something is safe. So why would he...
I think he just wants to...
Oh, look at his tires. I think it's... No, it's not used.
He wants to... I think he just wants to put his authority across the field.
Yeah,
he was well ahead in that Q1,
and he knows
and he's had
that
2 guys ahead now.
Yeah, and he knows that in Q3 you get another set of softs. So
yeah,
the Goose legacy.
I'm sure he's just here trying to play mind games with the other drivers ahead.
Yeah,
you know, anything they can do, I'm sure he's thinking that he can do better. So he's here just to show them that.
Maybe he's also like, you know what, the real GOAT, you're now ahead of me, but I'm gonna make sure I'm ahead of you again in Q3 too.
Exactly. It's all about the mentality.
He just wants to show the champion that he's there, man.
Yeah, putting the pressure on for Q3.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely why this lap's here.
So it's first something, and then we've got NASCAR. And NASCAR really is in trouble at the moment. But yeah, let's go to something. Let's see what he can do. He's really preparing himself for his last attempt in Q2.
It certainly is.
I mean,
I think the save time for this one definitely a 12.1, maybe a 12.2.
Yeah, it's surprising me that Q1 had the fastest lap. So let's see if something can maybe change that. But let's see what he can do.
Here we go.
So yeah, nothing special about the straight, but let's see how much of the track he's using now. A tiny bit of the left, tiny bit of that curb. Yeah, this is looking really hooked up again. Let's see if he can really go tight around this and then have a good exit here. Yeah, that's looking really tight. A little bit of a slipstream maybe of the Aston Martin. But let's see how he's doing. I remember he had a little moment in turn 5. So let's see how it's going now. Oh, he's going wide. Maybe he was scared to have a moment again, so he was a bit cautious there, maybe a bit too cautious.
Yeah, but 10th up in sector 1.
Yeah, I think the first couple of corners were making that time up, I think, because turn 5 didn't look too quick. But let's see if he can keep up this momentum.
See what his time is. So it's a 50.6.
He's definitely going for that P1 here, man.
He is, but it was a 50.5 from Lucci, so he's got it all to do in these final corners.
He needs to get a couple more hundreds here in the last couple of corners, and then he's definitely going for that P1. Yeah, this is looking really good. Nice exit, and this is gonna be a 111.7. That's actually his own time of Q1. So, and there he is making a statement. And I think NASCAR is the second car doing a lap behind something, so let's see what he can do. And he needs to do something because he's only P14 and only 4 drivers are being knocked out, but he is at the moment one of them. Oh, and that was a little bit confusing of the Williams, I guess. And he spun.
Oh, he spun.
I think the Williams compromised him a bit there because NASCAR was probably like, are you getting out of the way or not? It's really...
Possibly, but you do have to keep an eye on your own braking points. And it did look like he broke a little bit late there, maybe carrying too much speed.
Oh, it's Kippo improving 5/10 on his own time. So that's virtually looking around 17.8. So let's see what he can do. I think this is gonna be a really good lap, man. And it is the one.
It is
11.7.6. Sorry. Let's go. Who is it? Is it Bloodsport or Edu? Edu for his out lap. No, Bloodsport. Sorry, guys. So NASCAR unfortunately is not gonna improve, and he's out because he can't do another lap.
No,
is it Luke?
He's not gonna get around that quick.
It is Luke, and he's improving to P3. He didn't.
P3.
He didn't need that, but he's showing a a little statement there, and
I think it might be the way that it's going though. Like we were saying, we're thinking around a 12.2 to be safe.
yeah.
And again, this field is separated by less than a second from top to bottom.
It might be Wackfest. Yeah, he's improving. Oh, this could be really close. Look at this, half a tenth up. But how much in the sector 3? Is it enough? It is enough for P6. Nice improvement by Wackfest. And then we've got Cizichuk. Oh, he improved. Invalidated. Sorry. I think it's an Alpine. Is it Edu or? Oh, Edu. Yeah, in an outlap. Wow, I'm all over the place. Let me find the right driver. He invalidated, so it must be a Red Bull.
Yeah, Nino slightly improved there to put him to P5. It means Max Set's now in 10th place.
So Bloodsport really needs maybe a tiny improvement to make sure he's through. He's P8, but it can be close, and I think he's improving. Oh, he's not. He made a mistake then. He made a mistake. And it's Panther. Also not improving. Then we've got Dela Cruz. He's improving. This could be close, man. Look at it, improvement. 1.3 tenths, and he's only he only needs 2 tenths. So let's see if he can do it. Dela Cruz. I think he is. Yes, P10. Yeah. Wow, that was clutch.
Max Set down. Is Max Set on track?
Yeah, he is, and he's improving with almost 3 tenths. So I think that's probably. Oh no, he made a mistake. Did you see that?
Stick with him. Yeah, let's see if it loses him all of his time.
I think it is, man.
He only needs to improve by 100th of a second on his previous lap. 12.
No, he's short. He's short. He's short.
Cizichuk looks like he's coming across next. He's in 12th at the moment.
He's down 3 tenths and going into the pits.
Is Panther on track?
Yeah, and he's improving 400s. Yep.
So this is the last guy in that bottom 4 that can make a difference.
Oh my God, Maxette made a mistake, and that's why he's out.
No, it doesn't look like. Looks like Panther may have made a mistake as well, because that sector 2 time is nowhere near quick enough.
Nah, he's 15 seconds. This is it, man. This is it.
Those bottom 4 are locked in there. Maxette, Cizichuk, Panther, and NASCAR out in Q2.
And Maxette, I remember he was almost up 3 tenths before he made a mistake.
Yeah, that would have put him into that 111 group as well.
Yeah,
really unlucky.
He would have been saved easily. But yeah, look at this, man. 2 Red Bulls on top. Where have we seen that before?
No wonder.
Kippo and something. Really good time, man, of Kippo. Yeah. And really surprising as well. I thought Kippo, I mean, I don't know him that well, but I think something was always quicker than him. Maybe, I mean, our objective was to make balanced teams for this season, but if they are showing this pace every quali, then it doesn't look that balanced. But oh, my mom's calling. I can't pick up, Mom. So I'm gonna go through the guys who are knocked. So only 4 guys knocked out, of course, because Gabri binned it. It's Maxette. Unfortunately, he was up 3 tenths, but he made a big mistake. Cizichuk, and then Panther and NASCAR. So NASCAR is the new guy here, also known as Silver, and Panther, Cizichuk, Maxette have raced in this league at least 1 race before. But yeah, so the new guys in the top 10 now are Lucci, Luke, and Dela Cruz. So 7 well-known guys and 3 new guys. So really impressive stuff by the new guys. But yeah, we all know that Dela Cruz wouldn't have made it if Maxette didn't make the mistake. But while an airplane is flying by. Wow, this is intense, guys. I'm
half a
sweating.
second between this top 10 as well means I think this pole position could, be any one of these 10. Any one of them seem to have that ability to hook up a lap.
Yeah.
To get into those 111s.
Yeah, and Wackfest is saying that he's letters in the chat. Well, welcome Wackfest. Yeah, let's just wait for Q3. I think it's starting, but
yeah, it's just starting now.
Yeah.
Red Bull on the way out. Is it going to be something again setting the initial stamp down?
It is.
I think it is.
Yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm gonna text my mom that I can't pick up. So you go on with the commentary for a bit.
No, of course. Something heading out now onto his outlap, as he's done before, looking to set the standard. Again, there was only 5/10 between, or half a second between all of these top 10. So any one of them can hook up a lap, but 11.7's been around the top lap through Q1 and Q2. So it'd be interesting to see how we can get on for the rest of the time. Now, does look like there's almost a little bit of a queue forming here. Maybe Luke wants to back off a little, unless he wants to jump ahead. As we go to the pause menu for a second.
Yeah, I realized I realized I wasn't sharing the F1 screen, so.
It's okay. So yeah, they're really starting to back each other up here. Luke maybe getting a little bit impatient. But no, he's just warming up his tyres, trying to stay behind something. As he's done in the previous two sessions, all looking really calm at the front of this initial lap train is the Red Bull.
Yeah, it's the Red Bulls are showing some pace here, man. And
as he drops the hammer down, coming round the last corner. Nicely exited there in 7th and starts his first lap in anger here in Q3 in Spain.
Yeah, and let's see how he's doing. So, a bit wider on the apex here and also a bit wider there. So he missed both apexes a bit more than he did in the previous laps. So I think that maybe compromises his time here already. But remember, guys, it's only the first stint of Q3, so he will definitely go on for another attempt on new softs. But let's see what happens here. I think everyone is on new softs, so...
He's gone a little bit wider at the bottom of that hill after his little snap in his first lap.
He has gone wider almost every corner this lap.
He's still looking quick and he's still looking tidy. And sometimes it's always the smoother ones that are always a little bit quicker.
Yeah, of course. You don't always need to kiss all the apexes. I mean, if you can have a nice balance through the lap, it's also good.
And a 50.6 in Sector 2 is definitely one of the top sector times. Again, it was around 50.5 that was one of the quicker ones that we saw in the last session.
Yeah.
Coming round the last two corners now. Let's see what time he can set everybody else in. Just a tiny bit of oversteer around the last corner.
111.8.
11.8. Nicely done. Luke with a 112 in behind.
Oh, and I think some drivers might be on new sets of softs. I'm not sure, but not all the times are that quick, especially Kippo.
Yeah. Wackfest with an 11.9.
Oh, and Lucci with a 112.
Joins him.
Then we've got the real goats, our former champion. So let's see what he can do. This is looking like...
if that was the right time. 50.4 in Sector 2 means that this should be fast.
Ooh.
Oh, 11.6.
Yeah, and Night Nerd is behind that. So let's see what he can do. Haven't seen a really amazing lap and he's going into the pit. So I think it's Bloodsport now. Yeah, Bloodsport. Let's see what he can do. Oh, okay, that's decent. I think that's his quickest time of today. Yep. And let's see what his teammate can do. Oh, he's on an outlap.
Now.
Yeah, we only
got a little bit of calm before the next ones. Edouard should be the next across the line with the time. So
it's Edu and Delo Cruz who are doing the next laps. And I think Night Nerd, I mean, it's already impressive that he made Q3, but it's not looking too comfortably at the moment. But let's see what Edouard can do, the teammate of Bloodsport.
Yep.
21.6.
21.6. Not a bad time.
Yeah, it's a really decent time. I think Sector 2 is the most important sector.
At the bottom of the hill, though.
Where you can improve the most. Sector 1 also, of course, but let's see what he can do here. So, going up to the DRS zone and opening the DRS. I hope he does though. And then, yeah, I remember 2 years ago, this also was a different corner, but it's wait. Oh, and a little mistake. And that's definitely going to compromise him. But let's see what he can do still. I think
he'd be lucky to get into the top. Well, lucky to beat Kippo even at this moment.
Yeah, it's all about the banker, but let's see what it is. I mean, I think it's going to be still, yeah, 12-7. Okay, let's see what the lad Cruz is doing. Mr. Lewis Hamilton.
50.5, so he's done a good second sector there.
I don't know anything about him, so this is the place where he can prove himself. And then looking really tidy around the corner, but it's not quick enough for top 3, but it is a decent lap.
1:12.0, good lap.
Yeah, it's okay for a banker.
Oh, for sure. Is Breakfast on a lap at the moment? In the Ferrari.
Let's go to Breakfast. Now he is in 4 seconds down, so he... Oh, this is interesting. He stayed out another lap. I think... Oh, maybe he's just using another lap to practice and then go back into the pits.
Quite possibly. Yeah, there he is, back into the pit.
Yeah.
There's something looking to set the first time once again. Heading out on his out lap.
Wow, does he have... How many sets of softs does he have, man? Why is he already going for another lap?
I'm not too sure, unless he just wants to get it out nice and early.
Yeah, but...
Puts the pressure on everybody else like he has done for the rest of the qualifying session.
And we don't have wet, dry conditions, so it doesn't matter what time you are setting the lap.
He has only put on... You know, he only did 1 lap in Q1, 2 laps in Q2.
So he might have another set of softs.
Yeah.
Yo, bye G1. Have fun in Miami. So yeah, something is definitely the guy out first for a lap. I'm not sure if this is gonna be his last lap, but oh, letters! I hit a bump on pit entry that I had to bail out. Oh, there we got it, a bump.
It was El Taco Man in the Creator Series yesterday. There's a bump on the pit entry, like I mentioned earlier.
You're right, because
very dangerous.
Yeah, Breakfast just said in chat that he hit a bump on the pit entry. Yeah, let's see what something can do. Can he now get tighter into the corners compared to his first attempt? Oh, it's looking a little bit wider again. Like, maybe he's taking it a little bit less cautious, because Q1 and Q2 he looked way more hooked up.
Yeah, maybe he's found his own line to go off. He's 600 on his own time.
Yeah.
And he might not be hitting it as far as we're concerned here, but if he's smooth and if he's confident, then it's always going to be pacey.
Yeah, that's true, man. And yeah, I'm also interested in what Kippo can do, because he of course did a really slow lap at 12.5. We've seen in I think Kippo was also having a 12.6 in Q2, so but I think we're not gonna see a low 111 here today, but oh, 410s.
410s.
So he's virtually looking for a 111.34-ish. So maybe we are getting a low 11.
I'm gonna say, just as you mentioned it, it's like the reverse commentator's curse.
Yeah. So let's see what he can do.
The last couple of corners. This is looking very fast.
This might be a 11.3. 11.1! Oh my god!
Something.
Holy
going down the gauntlet to the rest of the field.
Holy shimoly.
As you can only think of what the reactions will be like in the pits from everyone else just waiting and seeing that time crop up.
Everyone else is like, yeah, why even bother trying to go for pole now?
We've gone from 5/10 separating the field to being 5/10 clear at the top.
Yeah, so Luke is improving with 3/10 though, and he's...
big oversteer
there goes his 3/10. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, this is not gonna be a good lap, of course, with a big moment.
Yeah, you're gonna need 112.0. He does improve.
Imagine if he didn't have that moment, he would have been at least in the P3.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's take a look at Lucci, because the rest is in the pits. But wow, what a lap by something.
What a lap. Like we said, it's one of those that he always once he's hooked up, it might not look like he's hitting apexes, especially in that first sector, but when he's smooth and hooked up, that something is definitely something.
Yeah, he's quite onto something, man. Well, Gabri is saying in chat, to avoid the bump, it's hard to do it without cutting the track and getting warning. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But let's see what Lucci and Kippo and Bloodsport can do. So we got first Lucci. Is Kippo actually in front of him? No, it's something.
Lucci's the first, I think.
Yeah, we've got Lucci.
These last runners.
I think we've got Lucci, and then Kippo, and then Bloodsport. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's first take a look at Lucci. So yeah, still 3 new guys here today. So Luke, Dela Cruz, and Lucci are new. So I don't know anything about them. So this is the moment where I can find out what they're capable of, and let's see how Lucci is doing in the first sector here. Ooh, a bit wide. Doesn't look too comfortable yet, but it's still a minute to go, so let's see what happens.
Yeah. Taking a slightly different line to something there as well, going wider. Something seems to take that very narrow.
Yeah,
just 200ths up in his first sector time.
Yeah, I mean, he is up, but it's definitely not going to be a 1:11.1.
Oh, no. Well, again, looking how tight that 5th, 6th, 7th, well, from 4th, even from 3rd down, you know, anyone could be there.
Yeah, and let's see what his improvement is. Is he getting this momentum going? Oh my god. His teammate. I think that was a bit late.
Well, that's a good sector 2 time.
Yeah, but I think his teammate moved a bit too late, but maybe he was trying to give him a slipstream.
This isn't looking like a bad time. I think this should be a 1:11.
Yeah, maybe a 1:11.6. Let's see.
Shall see.
A 1:11.6.
1:11.6.
And Kippo is also. Oh my god, Kippo is improving with 6. Oh wait, he did a really slow lap, so let's not get too excited here. So virtually looking for a high 1:11 here, but let's see what happens. Also, yeah, Bloodsport is behind him, and let's see what Kippo can do.
Yeah, Kippo across the line.
1:11.8. Yeah, and Bloodsport is now only up by 300, so that's not
looking... I don't think
this
is going to be an improvement.
Nah, he lost it. So that's it for Bloodsport, but still P5. Let's go to, I think it's Nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not set a time yet. It's coming to the end of sets 2. 50.5 is still a good time.
Yeah,
We've seen 1:11s coming from that,
yeah.
So...
Well, something has finished, so it's going to be really hard for the others to take pole. And I know Night Nerd was never the quali guy, so... but yeah, still, he can maybe get a nice starting position here.
Looking quick. This is looking quick.
Oh, P4.
1:11.6, P4.
And then we've got Dela Cruz. Oh, P5. He went from P9 to P5. And then we've got Blackfest. Oh, yeah. He's out. He's out.
Oh, Eduardo,
Lucci. He's going. Oh no, he's going to pit. So
the real goat in the merge.
Yeah, the real goat. I think if there's somebody, it's the real goat. But and also don't forget Kippo.
In fact, this is still looking pretty quick.
Oh no, Kippo is in the pit, so let's go to the real goat.
Yeah, real goat's going to be the one that's challenging.
210s. Is it enough?
But he's still getting P2 ahead of Lucci, and he goes 11-2.
Really close, though. Really close. I mean, take a look at... Oh, wait. We can do it like
that's
this.
Our final standings, to be fair.
Yeah, look at the gaps, man. Only a 10th by the real goat. So, that was really close.
It was, and I mean, you know, coming off the first Q1 and Q2, we thought it was going to be tight across the field, but something in the real goal certainly showing their pedigree in Q3. But if you look how tight it is from P3 all the way down to P10, you know, around 4 tenths between those, it's going to be a close race.
Yeah. Hey, Us1 in the chat saying, wow, a league with comms. Yeah, man, we're going for it. And Altessa is watching. He's rooting for Bloodsport. Welcome, Altessa. So yeah, this is the result, guys. We've got Jarno up. Yeah, I've seen his face. I mean, something on pole, only separated by a 10th to the real goat on P2. Then we've got Lucci in the Ferrari, Night Nerd in the Williams, Dela Cruz in the Alfa Romeo, and then outside of the top 5, it's Kippo in the Red Bull on P6, Bloodsport in the Alpine on P7, Blackfest in the Ferrari on P8, Luke, Aston Martin P9, and Edwards in the Alpine on P10. So we've got 2 Alpines in the top 10 and 2 Ferraris in the top 10 and 2 Red Bulls. So that's going to be a spicy fight for some good constructor points. Wow.
Yeah, and the top 2 was the 2 guys that we were talking about at the beginning. You know, something showing that 1 lap pace. The real goal, obviously, the champion from last year, looking to set his stall out again. But it's good to see some new guys as well. There's 3 new guys in this top 10. That have definitely not done themselves a disservice to start off this season.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm excited, man. We're waiting now for the play. I don't know if we're gonna do a restart. I think PSGL had a lot of restart, but that's mainly because of the 5-place grid penalties coming after each other. But I haven't seen one here, so I think we should be fine. We're not doing a formation lap because yesterday in another league we found out that the formation lap is still a bit glitched. So we're going straight into the race. Also, we're gonna do a prediction, man. Let's not go too spicy here for top 3 because we don't know enough drivers yet and also the pace. So we're only going to predict the winner. I think the real GOAT is going to do it. I mean, he's a champion of last season. We know he's always getting himself in places where he's getting a little bit more luck because other guys were really unfortunate last season. The real GOAT was really consistent. So I think he's just a smart driver. He always knows where to be and, you know, that's why I think he's gonna win the race. So the real GOAT for me. And what is your race winner for today, Dave?
Yeah, I think personally, I think some things looked really dialed in around the track today. He's not. We may have seen one mistake from him. He's going to be really difficult to overtake.
Yeah.
But yeah, my shout. If you're going the real GOAT, I'm going to have to go something.
Okay, so we're both going for the top front runners. Makes sense, of course. Without Carnage, they should be able to fight for the win. Chat, let me know who you think is gonna win. Oh man, I'm sweating, chat. I'm sweating.
You need to get one of these air conditioning units, my friend. It
bro,
keeps everything
I forgot to put a fan in my room, so it's so hot. It's like a sauna.
These things happen. Yeah. We are in Spain after all. It's definitely a little bit warmer there than where we are.
It's looking realistic on my forehead now that we're in Spain.
Yeah, still waiting for some players to join in.
Waiting a long time. So let's take a look at the track once more. So we've got Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, clockwise 4.6 kilometers, 14 turns and 2 DRS zones, which are going to be a key part in the race, of course, because in quali it's only for your own sake. But oh, we're starting.
Oh, we are starting.
Okay, go ahead because I need to.
Lights. And away we go. It's been a good start here from something, and as well, Lucci looking to draw alongside. In fact, Night Nerd coming up to P3 already. Looking, we're going in 3 wide into turn 1. We've got something keeping his place around the outside, followed by the real goal. Night Nerd, then Lucci, Dela Cruz, Bloodsport, and Kippo fighting over 6th. Luke, Breakfast, Edward, Joe Knight dropping all the way down to P19. But we have got the leader from pole, something, followed by the real goat. Then Night Nerd, Lucci, Dela Cruz, Kippo, Bloodsport, Breakfast, Luke, and Edward.
Yeah, and
therefore your top 10.
I think I've seen a Haas using the escape road, and also 2 drivers are all the way to the back now, being Quantuan and Joe Knight. So unfortunate start for them. But look at Kippo, he's really close to Alfa Romeo of Dela Cruz. Can he get him? But also really close behind are Edward and Bloodsport. So, oh, Edward with a little mistake. So let's see what happens here. Are they going for the move? No, they're being patient, and that's really good because, oh, Gabri is really close. Going to the outside here of Sizicuk, but oh, he compromised himself. A little wheel banging there, but I think it's still just fine. And look at something. He's already gapped him with 8 tenths here. Well, Night Nerd.
Oh, we've had a Night Nerd. What's happened there?
He went for a spinner.
That's such a good start all over the back of the real goat.
Yeah, and the real goat is already out of DRS now. But Kippo is really close to the Alfa Romeo of Dela Cruz. And let's see if he can pick some momentum for maybe a move here in Sector 2. Well, Felper Motorsport is also spinning. Well, let's see what happens here. Breakfast is also really close. Oh, he's ghosted through the Red Bull. That almost looked like he was taking him out, but he was ghosted. So, but look at the pace of something. He already gapped the real goat with 1.1 seconds.
Yeah, Felper's back going again there, but he just finds himself in P20 at the moment.
Yeah.
But as we carry on, Luke's looking extremely close to Edward in P9, battling for P8.
Yeah, he is. And
within 2 tenths, right up the gearbox of the Alpine there, but yeah, definitely close across the board. Kippo again, he's close to Dela Cruz for P4.
Yeah, Kippo is really close. So let's see how he's doing on the straight. Oh, he's going for the move on the outside, but it's a little bit too tight. But on the straight, he should definitely be able to gain something. But also Breakfast is behind, invited to the party for P4. So, but yeah, something is already really quick here. But Kippo is going for the move, but also Breakfast is going for the move. And maybe for the double move. What a move, sorry for that. Wow, that was an
Manages-
amazing move. 2 drivers at once.
And manages to get straight back across to in order to take the right apex for turn 1 as well.
Yeah, and Maxed is going for the move here on the inside of Sisichuk, his teammate. I hope they're not fighting too hard. And about hards, Maxed is on hard. Let's take a look at the tires, guys.
Yep, looks like Felper's just headed into the pits there. May have picked up some damage on his spin at the beginning of lap 2.
Oh, and this is the reason why something is gained so much, because he is on softs. While Sisichuk is looking for the move on the Alfa Romeo here of Pro Pringle. So look at this, man. A lot of different strategies.
There is, and it's always good to see, and it's, you know, as long as it keeps our racing nice and tight, that's all that we can ask for. Everyone will have reasons for going and using different tyres. The CC trick loses it a little bit there. Hopefully there's no damage to the front of Panther's car.
Yeah, and Luke is going for the move here on straight, definitely with the DRS open. This must be the move for P8. The DRS is so overpowered this year. And he's closing in, but Edu is probably using ERS. ERS, but he's still going for the move on the inside. Let's see what happens. Eduard. Oh, what a defending move from Eduard.
Yeah, it's nicely done.
He's still in front, so...
Wackfast as well, setting the fastest lap, taking it from something there at the end of lap 3.
Yeah,
he does have DRS from his teammate just in front of him, so these Ferraris, if they can work together...
Yeah, they're really showing some pace here, man. And Wackfest, of course, in soft, so having a lot of grip still. I think the softs are dying after a couple of laps from now, but I think if they can keep this up and drag each other along, they can get some really good points for Ferrari.
Yeah, I know on the Creator Series yesterday, they were lasting around kind of 14, 15 laps on these softs around Spain, so, you know, maybe half that, maybe 8 on, you know, 9 if they're lucky. They should
Which is really close now.
Yeah,
and also Kippo.
Wackfest has actually overtaken Lucci here.
Yeah, and Kippo is really... I think Kippo is definitely going for the move. While Bloodsport is also overtaking Dela Cruz. But let's see what Kippo can do. And look at the gap. The top 5 is separated by 2 seconds almost to the top 6. And yeah, this is not going to work because, you know, they both have DRS. So Kippo can't go for a move here. And look at the losers and winners here. Like, I think a big winner here is Wackfest with 5 positions gained, Gabri with 5 positions gained, and the biggest loser is Night Nerd with 15 positions down. Yeah,
we didn't quite see it on lap 1, but a spin at the end of lap 1 as he was in the top 3. He got a great start from P4 up into P3 at the beginning, but then unfortunate spin on the second to last corner. Not sure if there was any contact or anything there, as we didn't quite see it, but yeah, he has dropped him down to P19, but he's not had to pit, so there's obviously no damage there. But he has got some work to make up that gap to Hafiz.
So we got something leading by 2 seconds. Then we got a little DRS train with the Real Goat, Wackfest, Lucci, and Kippo. Oh, what is happening? The Real Goat is going for the move. I didn't see that coming. I mean, Wackfest is going for the move. So the DRS
is showing some real pace here, and he's now probably got something in his sights, but without that DRS, is he going to be able to go? Is his tire life going to be running out faster? He's showing the pace here.
Well, Dela Cruz is going for a spinner, I think. But yeah, like I was saying, like a little DRS train here with 4 cars actually, and then Bloodsport in the middle of nowhere. Luke just went for the overtake, and that's another DRS train with 5 cars, I guess. So I think Bloodsport on the hards is doing a really decent job being there just behind the DRS train a couple of seconds, but you know, I think he will be flying in the end, maybe on soft, so really looking good for Bloodsport for some decent points.
Yeah, he's on hards, but he's also not only, you know, he is only a couple of seconds behind that lead DRS train, but he's keeping that gap behind him as well. Yeah. He's certainly showing good pace on those hards.
Yeah, if Bloodsport can manage to keep the gap within 3 seconds, then he's looking really good strategically. So, hello Calypso, welcome to the stream. So yeah, we've got something dropping a bit of time here, so to Wackfest, so 1.6 now. The Real Goat, if the Real Goat can keep within DRS of Wackfest, that's really good from him.
Yeah, can certainly drag him back towards him. We're getting to that point as well that these softs might be starting just to...
they're definitely dropping a bit because mediums can catch up quite easily. As you can see, the Real Goat is sticking it within 7/10. Well, Edu is really close, and he is going for the move on Luke for P7. Really nice DRS move here. Nothing too fancy, but yeah, you still have to perform, of course. And I think Luke was also looking a bit for a move. And Gabri and Maxette are battling and bumping, I guess. Gabri, I think there was a little bump, but also NASCAR now involved to the party. So up till now, a bump here and there, but I've seen better racing standards than PSGL. I mean, nobody took each other out yet. I mean, I don't know what happened to Night Nerd and Felper, but I think not too big of crashes.
Well, we should be okay coming round. As we see that gap to something now for Breakfast, looking at 1.6. So he's taking a couple of tenths each lap, down to 1.5 now.
Oh, and Lucci.
Maybe trying to put some pressure as well.
Look at this, two Ferraris sandwiching the Mercedes, but the real GOAT is having a good momentum. But let's see. Oh, a switchback. And Breakfast going wide, and that's the real GOAT back into P2, sorry. But he won't have DRS, so let's see how this is going.
Yeah, I think there's definitely been a mistake there from Breakfast at the end of Sector 2. And as you can see, he's used a lot of battery to try and close that gap down onto something.
Yeah.
Maybe outpaced himself, but he has
but the Ferraris...
that.
Oh, and this is smart by Lucci, not fighting it too hard. Saving some tires, maybe. But we're getting... Oh, wow, is Breakfast... Did Breakfast make a mistake? Because something is already up 2.3
Yeah, I
think
he made a mistake at the end of Sector 2, which allowed the real GOAT to come in and overtake him at the beginning of Sector 3 on that switchback. So again, maybe, like we said, it's those tyres now starting to, particularly the soft tyre runners, will be starting now to get a little bit angry, get a little bit
Look at this battle for P7, man. 4 cars.
Within a 10th almost.
Yeah, and look at this. Maxette on hards is matching the pace of the soft runners. So the softs are definitely dropping off now. And the mediums are getting close to dropping off. I think the mediums get maybe a window of 10, 13 laps where they drop off a bit. But
yeah, and the other thing as well to keep an eye on, we did mention it earlier, about Bloodsport as well. All this fighting is working in Bloodsport's favour. On those hard, just driving his own race in P6.
Yeah, look at this. Oh my god. Edward going for the move and Gabri. 4 cars within a second of each other in total. And Bloodsport is only liking this because the gap is now increasing to 3.1 seconds. But Kippo is really close and he's waiting for the DRS. Oh wait, we're already past the DRS.
Yeah, we're in a train here for those...
so let's go back to this battle for P6, 7, sorry. Really nice stuff here. 4 cars fighting for 1 position.
And I am just trying to keep an eye on the pit lane as well, just to see if anyone will be diving in here. But something's lead at the front as well. He's now up to 2.2. So even though Breakfast made that mistake to drop it to 3 seconds, he's closed it up very quickly. Yeah,
and look at the switcheroo going on. Edu is always keeping that P7, but the guys behind him... Oh wow, NASCAR, I think...
What mistake from him.
He's dropping. But
yeah,
also,
there was a yellow flag, but he's back on track now.
Look at the gap now between Edo and Bloodsport, already 3.6, while it was only 3 a while ago. So just a moment ago, I mean. But it's constantly Gabri, Edo, and Maxette swapping positions. But impressive. Oh wow, Gabri overtook Edward. I totally missed that, but it's intense, man.
Yeah, all of these 4 have definitely been in 7th place at one point. As we're starting lap 10 of the race, these softs still going for the front runners at least, but you can see down the board that people are starting to have a couple of issues with
the mediums are definitely gonna get close to Breakfast now.
Yep. As you look a little bit further down the field, you have got another set of 3 drivers in Chuk, NASCAR, and Pro Pringle fighting for 13th. Dela Cruz drops down, but that just looks like an overtake on track. But you've got another 3, you know, the race is settling into these groups of 3 or 4 that are going to be, you know, racing buddies throughout this first part of the race.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to see. We've got P2 up to P5 really close to each other. We've got P7 to P10 really close. And then we've got also P13 to P15 really close. So some really nice battles. While Max is really close now, and I think the hards are getting quicker and quicker, and the softs of Gabri should be dropping off real soon, while Pro Pringle went for a move in CC Chuk, I think, but a little snap there from the Alpine of Edwards. And
I think CC Chuk's had an issue there as well.
Oh my, Edward going off track.
Yeah, and Dela Cruz as well, dropping places, causing a yellow flag.
Ooh, I don't know what happened to Adamar. He just went on in the sands or something. But look at the real goat. He's going for the move for P2 on Wackfest, and now the mediums are definitely quicker than the softs, so it shouldn't take long for Lucci to go also for the move for another podium place for Ferrari. Yeah, for the Ferrari.
Duke in the pits. We've seen our first pit stop on the mediums. He may have got damage.
Joe left the session.
Dela Cruz also into the pits.
Yeah, but Joe left the session, and then Dela Cruz with the speeding in the pit lane. Oh, and he retired.
DNF.
Yeah, I think he probably knew that was a race over for points. But yeah, Max said, look on his hearts, he's really looking to go for a move soon. But yeah, I think Dela Cruz just gave up because he knew without a safety car. But I'm like, why not just stay on track? If there's one safety car, you can still get points. But yeah,
exactly. We're still only a third of the way through this race. Yeah. Anything can happen.
Not all mentalities are the same, of course.
Unless he did kind of take the speeding penalty, you know, get the penalty for speeding in the pit lane, maybe knocked his wing on the entrance, we're not too sure.
Yeah, again, but still, if there's a safety car, yeah, but still, if there's a safety car, you can get rid of that 5-second penalty in the pit, so...
Yeah, we've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. That one of the Alfa Romeo, is that Pro Pringle?
Yeah, that's...
having a bit of an incident.
But I'm looking at this...
Yeah, the leaders are coming up to him now, so we'll see if he's in the way. Oh, he is ghosted there as well, but does get off the track.
The real goats, yeah. He's driving now, but
he's off again there. Oh, he's retired. I think he's just disappeared off.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I couldn't see the car anymore, but
yeah,
that might be a glitch or something. I don't know. Oh, look at this, Pro Pringle, really close to NASCAR. And yeah, up till now I've seen some really decent racing. Oh, NASCAR with a big moment. And Pro Pringle is looking on the outside. NASCAR is defending really well.
Yeah, CC Chuk into the pits for the second time. Ooh. Might be our second retirement here. He's always gone onto the mediums.
NASCAR spun. So that's a free place for Pro Pringle. And yeah, I'm really interested what's up here because Wackfest, his tires are dropping, but Lucci is out of the DRS. So he might have made a mistake earlier because he was in the DRS, and you should say that Lucci's tires are better. Well,
on the inside.
Yeah. Oh, he's nice covering up from Lucci there, but look how much. Maybe this is why Lucci lost so much time because he's battling with Kippo.
Quite possibly, and he's looking like his ERS lights flashing as well.
Yeah, and how much ERS has Kippo got? 8%, and Lucci's having 11, so they're both using a lot of ERS. And Panther is going really closely behind Eduard. Yeah. But it's really impressive how something is still managing to get to have that gap of 2 seconds on his old softs.
Yeah, it's almost like he's just keeping an eye out on behind him, looking at the time, making sure that that gap's there so no one's in DRS. Yeah. We saw it with the real goal. We've seen it with Wackfest as well a little bit earlier.
And they're both on the same ERS levels. They're both on the same ERS level, so... But I think definitely Lucci battling with Kippo lost him a lot of time because he was within DRS of his teammate, and now he is 2 seconds down. While Kippo is the first guy in softs that's pitting, or was it NASCAR?
Yeah, first one of the front runners at least, I think.
Yeah. So, and Panther's still really close, and he's going for the slipstream and the DRS open, and that's P8 for Panther.
Yeah, Kippo on to mediums for his second tyre choice. Could be able to make those last. Is that a little bit of damage there on the Alpina Bloodsport?
Let's take a look.
Maybe on the front left.
I don't think it is damage because he's not...
oh no, it's okay. It's my old man eyes. It's okay.
Maxat is not gaining on Bloodsport that much, so... But really impressive from Bloodsport. He started, what is it? Yeah, P7, and he's on his hards, and he's now P5. So if he's having a good second stint on maybe softs, he can maybe get some decent points here.
Yeah, these hard runners starting well. Quintoni behind as well. Started last up to P11.
Yeah.
I think he's only had, he's had 1, 2, 3, 4 guys behind him that have pitted. We've had a couple of guys that have spun as well, but if he keeps his
if
race
he keeps
clean,
this
he could be looking for
consistency,
points as well.
and he even had a little moment in the first lap. But look at Breakfast, really close on the real goat. But I'm surprised that Breakfast is keeping up because he's on 14 laps old softs. Oh no, Luke!
Luke's retired.
What happened?
That's a safety car.
Safety car.
That looks like the last corner. I think if we had someone be caught out by the bump of the pit lane there, as he's on medium tires, he's DNF'd right on the last corner. Could have been that little bump going into the pit lane.
Yeah, and this is really unfortunate for guys like Kippo, Gabri, and NASCAR because they just pitted. And this is really good for like Bloodsport. He can now go on mediums and drive until the end. I mean,
that's right.
Maybe his strategy was softs in the end, but still, it's a free pit stop. And I think guys like Bloodsport, Maxette are really fortunate with the safety car because they started on hards and they can now go on mediums. I think.
But as well, I think the real GOAT will be rubbing his hands at this. He's seen something make these softs last for 14, 15 laps. We're coming up to a point where there's probably going to be around
you mean something
14, 15 laps. No, there might be like 14, 15 laps left.
No, I mean,
after this,
did you mean something
GOAT.
instead of, because I think this is horrible for the real GOAT because he needs to go on hards now. He can never drive till the end on softs.
I think after this safety car, you're still going to be looking at around 15 laps on softs.
Let's see what they're doing. I think something is definitely going for mediums, but
will be.
I'm not sure if the real GOAT is going for softs. I mean, it's really. I mean, for a race pace, it's. Oh, the real GOAT.
On to the hards.
Yeah, like I expected because I think they're dropping
just
off.
ahead of him.
Yeah.
Mercedes garage doing a job there. The real GOAT jumped something in the pits.
So something probably clicked his button too late or something.
Maybe.
Wow, but look at guys like Kippo and Gabri. They're so unlucky with the safety car because they pitted just before the safety car.
Yeah, Kippo's still making his way up. He's in P5. Yeah, he's still in P5, so he's not too bad. He will be on the back of the Ferraris.
Oh my god, what happened? What?
I don't know what's going on here. Drive-through penalty for speeding for Felper as well.
What is happening, guys? What's Breakfast in front of something now? Oh no, this is probably a glitch. It looked like the real GOAT all of a sudden went on and brakes, and then something.
Swap back again.
Yeah, but I don't know if the game allows it because Breakfast is still going for P2 again. What is happening, guys? I think something might have lost P2 because of a glitch.
If there's one driver in this field that you don't want to make angry or make drive angry, it's certainly something. We saw his stellar Q3 lap. I'm sure that he can put those in on these mediums to make people to get that gap up again, as we've got Wackfest going wide, trying to trick the game into letting something back past. Looks like it's worked, actually. Oh,
that's good, because that would have been so sad for something. And so, guys, there we have it. So I think at least 2 more laps before we go racing. So that would be 15 laps to go. And I think that mediums are dropping off maybe after 13 laps. So this might be a really close battle for the win here between the Real Goat and Something. But I think Something will definitely go for a move for P1 because he's on way quicker tires. But maybe the last couple of laps, the Real Goat can still get him on, you know, tire wear advantage.
Yeah. This is where I said it. You know, it surprised me that none of the medium runners have taken a gamble to go onto softs, because we've seen in that first stint that the soft tire runners, the majority of them that were running well, you know, they've made those tires last for 14 or 15 laps. We're going to have 15 laps here to end the race, and we saw Something still doing well, still pushing well for it.
Well, Panther is overtaking Maxette. There's another Archie Barchie going on here. But I don't know. I think it's now fixed again because Maxette was in front. So, oh, I'm so excited for the restart, man. It's going to be. I think realistically, Something is the quicker guy today, and he's on a quicker compound. But the only way Real Goat is gonna win is that or Something makes a mistake, or something is, you know, in the end having a lot of tire wear. But I mean, it's already impressive, man. 14 laps on softs or 15.
Yeah.
So if he can manage that, he can definitely manage to do 15 laps on mediums.
Well, that's what I mean. That's why I was saying before, I'm surprised some of these medium runners didn't quite change to those softs, because something's shown that it can be done.
Yeah. But I think also his advantage was that nobody had DRS on him and he was in clean air. And if they put softs on now and they will be behind cars, the softs will really drop quickly behind cars. So I think that's also a reason why something was able to do that stint on softs.
Yeah. Just coming from a personal standpoint, I'd always take the gamble because it's always fun to do.
I remember, and mostly it didn't work.
But if you're someone like Panther or Edward here on softs,
you
could have really made a charge too. The safety car's coming in this
lap.
lap.
So lap 18 we're racing again, so it's actually 16 laps then. Because 18, 19, 20... Wow, my math is...
Something backs them up. No, he's 16 laps, you are right. The real GOAT's put the hammer down. He's got... Oh no, he's not got as good an exit there from something. So something might have a go into turn 1 as we're racing again.
Yeah, he definitely goes
in
for
lap
it.
18. Something making that look really easy.
Oh, but the real GOAT is going for the switchback and they're banging wheels. I think that's nothing more than a racing incident, and they're both still alive, so we'll take it. But
yeah, both
look
side
at how
by side.
close they are, man. They're really... the real GOAT is really taking a fight there.
Can we see them? They're still side by side. The real GOAT's still halfway through sets of 2 now and side by side.
Wow, and this is really good for the real GOAT because he has the better tires to fight. Because the hards will take more of tire wear. And for something this is bad because he has to push hard now and use a lot of his tire wear. But also because of the battle, Wackfest and even Lucci are closing in on them. And if they're playing it smart, they're just waiting for another banging of wheel while something is going a bit wide. And Lucci is going for a move on his teammate. Oh, a little tap. That was completely on Wackfest. And that compromised Wackfest. And now Lucci, oh my god, guys, keep it clean. We don't want to turn into PSGL all of a sudden. And again a touch.
Coming through.
Wow, this is a bit over the edge. I mean, nobody was taken out, but they are a bit...
Bloodsport getting past Lucci as well in the Alpine.
Yeah, Lucci really got screwed over there by Wackfest, I guess. But Bloodsport is taking it. And look how close the top 10 is still. I think everyone is still in the DRS besides of NASCAR. So, wow.
And we've still got a couple of laps till it gets activated though. But
look at this, guys. Lucci is going for the move on Bloodsport again, but just quite not on. But yeah,
Bloodsport proving his unflappable self as we saw in that first stint.
Yeah, and all of that battling, still something is in front. So the real GOAT, I think the real GOAT is now realizing I shouldn't battle that hard anymore and just save my tires for the end. I think that's the best option for him.
Maybe that little tire wear will just get them to that sweet spot a little bit quicker.
Or he's like, maybe let's fight harder because then something's tires are dropping off even more. But yeah. But I think the battle of something and the real GOAT was really impressive. Only one bang of wheel, but I think the Ferraris were a bit sketchy there, in my opinion. They were bumping some other drivers.
There'll definitely be an inquiry in the big red truck afterwards.
Yeah, it's all
making sure that teammates start banging into each other.
Yeah, not only the teammate, but also I think I've seen Wackfest touching Kippo a bit, but that's all for the stewards, of course. But the real GOAT is closing in. And what was this?
Yeah, a lot of midfield changes as well.
That's the wrong button.
Gabby, Edward, Quinton definitely fighting between each other. As you mentioned, the real GOAT for the lead.
Yeah, Edward went for the move on Gabri for P9, but look at the real GOAT. The battle is on again, guys. This is what we want to see, guys. Let's see it from this perspective. I love to see it from a third person view.
Wackfest with the best seat in the house for sure at the moment.
Yeah, and he loves this because the more they battle, the more he's maybe in the contention for P1. Because Kippo is out of the DRS of Wackfest. So this might be the top 3 battle for the win.
Yeah, because quite possibly.
Kippo lost DRS. And we can already conclude here that Red Bull and Ferrari are a really strong team today. But all we know is that Lucci is a reserve, so he is not the actual teammate, but he's showing some really good pace. But what is happening here? Nah, they're both in a DRS, so they should be able to go for a move.
Inside.
Wow,
he's got the apex there. That's a nice clean takeover from the Real Goat.
Oh, and Bloodsport is also really close. But I think it's really smart from Wackfest to not go for the double move on the Real something with DRS, because they might get into wheel banging again and only losing time. I think those three guys now have to work together to get Kippo out of the DRS, to keep him out of the DRS.
Yeah, if they can keep him out of the DRS, to be fair, it might be in something's best interest just to try and bring him back in. Maybe start a little bit of battling with Wackfest. But even if we look a little bit further down the field, again, we've got little DRS trains forming. I think it could get a little bit spicy for Kippo, because there's 1, 2, 3,
first
4
take a look at Lucci, man.
behind.
Look how he's really looking on the inside, but the move was never on. I can see two guys rooting in the chat for Hafiz Rooney, but Hafiz is only in P17, so...
Yeah, I think he might have had a little bit of an issue or a little bit of a spin.
Welcome Mokhtar and Borak to the stream. Something is going for the move here. DRS open, let's go to the third person view here. And there
should be something's place to take.
Yeah, a little
This has been a caution, we've had a McLaren spin NASCAR.
Yeah, but I think it's fine. The Real Goats can't go for the move, but Bloodsport can.
Bloodsport's P4.
Yeah, he's P4, wow. But he has a lot of work to do.
And Lucci on the inside of Kippo as well.
That was really good.
And then sneaks through. Like I said, this could be a little bit of a fight. But once again, Bloodsport finds himself in that interesting position now.
Amazing.
He only needs to get another 2/10 on Lucci, and he's racing his own little race.
Yeah, let's take a look at the ERS here. Bloodsport is having... Oh my god, he's barely having ERS. But he's close to DRS already.
It'd be interesting to see if he can do. He's hoping for these front three to battle a little bit, just so he can catch up and get DRS on them.
This is good. I think we might have a closer top 8 again soon, because once the top 3 guys are battling again, Bloodsport will get into DRS and drag Lucci, Maxette, and Kippo and Panther all along with him.
Yeah.
While the
one person I'm actually enjoying in this top 3 is actually Wackfest. This guy is showing some real good patience, just letting these two battle it out. He should be saving his battery throughout. Looking at his steering wheel, he's probably around 50% of his battery left.
Yeah.
So he's able to keep hold of them there. Is this going to be... In fact, he's got into first there. 2 wheels on the grass. Takes over both the Real Goat and something. Yeah. And he's just...
But he used a lot of ERS though, while the Real Goat is still having 70. So the Real Goat is looking for the long stint here, because he's on the harder compound, but he's having the most ERS. So I think he is... I mean, watch out, man. I think lap 30 he will be flying.
Yep, and as you mentioned as well, Bloodsport within a second. So we've now got a long DRS train for the top 6.
Top 8.
Top 8 that can come back into this.
Yeah. So actually, I mean... Practically, we have still 8 drivers in for the win, but I think theoretically it's definitely going to be between the top 3, maybe top 4. Because I know Bloodsport can really drive well, but...
we've seen Lucci with pace as well. We've seen Maxette doing well in the race. I still think this can be anybody's.
I mean, there's a little switcheroo here. Kippo lost the place to Panther, so that's
I think Kippo may have made a mistake there, because they have dropped off more than a second from the guys in front. And
Kipper was also the unlucky guy with the safety car, because his tires are already 2 laps older than the front runners. So it's going to be a really tough objective for him to still fight for the big points. But at least he's in the points, so that's really good.
Yep, a 1:13.6 for the fastest lap there for Wackfest, as well as the Goat get past him.
Yeah, and this is good for the Real Goat, man. If he can... Now he's in front in clean air on a harder compound, so he can go to the end, save ERS, so this is perfect for the Real Goat.
Yep, and also having Wackfest between him and something.
And also having a lot of guys with DRS behind each other, so the only guy he needs to worry about is Wackfest. But Wackfest is more looking like to defend for something than attacking the Real Goat at the moment, because I also think Wackfest is fine with his P2, because he wants to save a bit of tires instead of fighting for P1 too early.
No, for sure. But again, you know, we'd be stupid not to look behind as well. Bloodsport's done really well moving through the field throughout this race. I'm sure he's looking to at least get P3.
Yeah, but also Lucci is really close to Bloodsport now, within 3/10. So, oh my. Okay, so Panther and Kippo battled so hard that they're now out of the contention. So it's now a top 6 battle for the lead. And
and we had a spin as well there as well. Kippo's out of the race. Kippo's out of the race.
He retired
in the
on track, so that's a big penalty. I think 10 seconds. And no, 10 seconds doesn't make sense because he retired, of course.
No, the car's still moving, so he's not crashed for terminal damage.
No, I think it was retiring on track. I think that's at least a couple of penalty points, but yeah, that's for the stewards.
That's up to the stewards.
But yeah, look at this, guys. 6 drivers, theoretically and practically, in for the win. But I think, to be honest, I think Something, the Real GOAT, are the quickest drivers today. But I think the Real GOAT is having a huge advantage. And also Lucci, maybe. Look how close he is. And I think the Hearts are coming to a moment where they are definitely getting quicker.
Yep.
After
if we look a little bit further down for some of the lower points, Night Nerd is pretty close to proper. Oh, we got a retirement with CC Chuk.
Yeah, I think that was.
Oh, it's a safety car out for that as well.
Again! Oh my god! And now.
Now, do you have any of these back runners pitting for softs?
Everyone is pitting for softs. Must be.
You've got to do.
Yeah, but I'm afraid not everyone is having a set of softs left that's fresh. But I think the Real GOAT has. This is perfect for the Real GOAT because I'm convinced he has a set of softs left. Oh no! Speeding in the pit lane!
Speeding in the pit lane!
Oh no! Oh my god, that's... And he can't get it removed.
Oh.
Oh no, what's happening? Bloodsport? Oh no, okay.
Bloodsport. Is he... Oh no, he'd not stayed out. I thought he'd stayed out for a second.
Yeah, it's a bit glitchy, the timing board. But the Real GOAT with the 5-second penalty. And let's take a look at the penalty, actually.
I think that's the only penalty on track at the moment.
Okay, guys, this is a moment as an owner I'm really proud today. What we've seen so far, I mean, we haven't seen everything because we can't see every onboard all the time. But
I think the only other penalty we've had is a drive-through and a 5-second
But
penalty.
I mean, what we've seen, also the battling on track, a little bumps here and there, but I am actually proud, man. Like, we haven't seen dirty racing at all, and only one penalty of the current drives on track. I mean, I think
there's been 3 in total. There's been no track limits or anything like that. Well, not warnings. We can't see warnings, but there's no track limit penalties.
This makes me proud, man. I think I dare to say that this must be already one of the best races we ever had in this league.
Is that Bloodsport in third? So something's... This Red Bull pit team has cost something 2 places throughout all of this.
Yeah, I think this is not what we've seen in real life from Red Bull pit team.
And Lucci dropping to 7th as well from... He was 5th at one point. So yeah, it's still being mixed up.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Sometimes it's a bit glitchy, so I don't know what happened. But what we can see is that Edward is a medium, so he is definitely not going to realistically win this race. But he wasn't already, so... But, wow, Bloodsport now in P3. And Something is in P4, so... I think the safety car... I mean, if the safety car didn't come, I think for the Real GOAT it was looking really well. But I think the Real GOAT now is, of course, yeah... This is realistically race over for him with the penalty. So... And I don't know how hard he is gonna fight the other guys, because if you are a fair league racer, you're like, yeah, I have the penalty, let's not, you know, take too much risk, because he's never gonna gap them with 5 seconds. So I hope it all stays clean.
How are we looking for movements as well?
Yeah,
obviously we know the majority are on softs, but there's obviously been a lot of movements throughout. And as we've been talking about, like we said, Bloodsport and Maxette, they're Panther coming up 7 places. And then Joe and Quintoin getting 11 places. So he started in
P20, yeah.
Yeah, all the way up to P9. So there's definitely been some good racing coming forward there.
Yeah, exactly. It's... but I think Bloodsport and Maxette starting the Hearts, they are really... It's really looking good for them. I mean... With that penalty from the Real GOAT, I think virtually Bloodsport is now looking for the P2, and I think he has the pace to fight with Wackfest. So imagine if Bloodsport is all of a sudden winning, man. We don't know, but like the big guys, Something and the Real GOAT are looking a bit worse now, because the Real GOAT with the 5-second penalty and Something all of a sudden P4. That I think the safety car really hurt him also a bit. But I think that the biggest loser here from the safety car is the Real GOAT, because he was looking really good on his hards with 70% ERS, and now he's having a 5-second penalty. So, but I want to see this race unfold from this perspective, because something is a really quick guy, and I want to see what happens in the top 4. I mean, I think this is the few we got to watch now. I think something with his pace. I mean, something can still win this race now.
I think, like I said, like we were saying though, Maxet's come up the field quite nicely. Panther's come up the field quite nicely. Like, it'd be stupid of him to not look behind as well. I know he's had the pace through qualifying. As the real GOAT puts his foot down to get this race back underway. Has he caught anybody out? No, it looks like everyone's reacted quite nicely.
Ooh, look at something. He's already closing in on Bloodsport.
Yep.
But I think, he's turning on the ERS a bit and going on the inside.
Is he trying to get it early? Sticks himself on the apex. A little bit of a touch for Bloodsport, staying on the inside for turn 2.
I think that was a bit edgy, but I think it's fine.
Yeah, not everyone's gone through. Pro Pringles actually spun out at turn 1 on the restart.
Lucci went for the move on Panther, but they're still side by side. And Panther got his position back, so really good stuff. But Lucci's looking on the... Wow, late braking from Panther. And also Joe Knight looking for the move. Lucci just made sure to cover it up. But yeah, really, really good getaway from the real GOAT. But yeah, he's still having that penalty.
Yep. One of the things as well, you're looking at P9, Edouard moving up on those medium tires. I was just about to say he's going to get there.
Got a penalty.
Lucci with a 3-second penalty, that could be huge.
Yeah, especially with only 5 laps to go, so...
Yeah, Gabri here is over, he was over a second, it was around 1.2 off the top 10. I was going to say everyone's setting off, but a little fight happening between Quintoni and Edouard. But
big moment of Maxet, and Ken Panther should be having a really better exit here, so... So, sorry guys. Lost my voice there a bit.
It's happening all over the place.
But nobody is gaining a place here with the DRS. It's a little DRS train of 8 cars, while Ponsan is going for the move on Edwards. That's of course easy on new softs. But also, Lucci with a penalty and the real GOAT. So the win is definitely going to be between Wagfest, Something, Bloodsport, Maxet, Panther, and maybe even Joe. I mean, everything can happen. But is the DRS being enabled after 2 laps after the safety car, right?
It's usually 3 laps, so it should be on this lap. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be after this lap. Then.
Yep. Yeah. And as you can see, pretty much the whole field in a train at the moment as Pro Pringles spun again at the back.
Yeah, the whole field besides of Hafiz and Pro Pringle. Yeah, Hafiz is really struggling with finding pace. Also NASCAR. I think those guys are not showing some pace today, but maybe it's track related. Maybe they're a bit unexperienced yet. Well, Edu looked to... No, it was Bloodsport actually. Oh, Pro Pringle. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's P16 either way. But look at something. Oh, wrong.
NASCAR with a penalty as well. DRS enabled now.
Something broke DRS for a bit with Bloodsport. And I think Bloodsport didn't have DRS. Look at him. He's not gaining on the straight. While Maxet is. Look at Maxet.
It did just say it was only just enabled. So it's just now it's contact there between Maxet and Bloodsport.
I think Bloodsport didn't have anywhere to go on the left, so that's not on Bloodsport. I think a racing incident. Bloodsport was all the way up the curb, but they lost the DRS because of it. So this could be a battle for the win between Wagfest and Something now.
Yep, NASCAR spun and retired. That might be a retirement on track as well.
Oh my!
Oh, and there's a spin as well. Lucci spun.
Lucci. Wow. Okay, guys. So Bloodsport is out of the DRS. So this is definitely, at the moment, going to be a battle between Wagfest and Something for the win, because the real GOAT is having a penalty. Wow, this race is being crazy, man.
Yep, it's all starting to heat up now. We've got the last 3 laps, or 3 and a little bit laps to go. And like you said, it's going to be between Wagfest and Something for the win, especially with this penalty for the real GOAT. I can't see him bringing out 3 seconds in the next 3 laps.
And look at him. This is definitely going to be a move, because he's already within 3/10 and opening the ERS and DRS. And that's, oh my god, what a late move. But Maxet also going for the move. And Maxet did the move. And Something is now virtually leading the race.
Yeah, will Something want to get this done on track rather than waiting for the penalty to come into play, though?
Yeah. And
I feel like that's something that he will definitely do, coming off what he was doing during qualifying.
Yeah. It's actually crazy. Like there were so many, especially the Red Bull and Ferraris were in big points, but now there's like 7 separate teams in the top 7.
Yeah, it's definitely spread
Yeah,
around.
it all
quite
changed
nicely.
up because of the second safety car.
Mm-hmm.
But Luke, something, man. I want to spectate this now from this position because Maxette is out of DRS. We got 2 laps to go after this, so I'm gonna just keep spectating the top 3 until the end of the race. That's where it's about. It's about win. It's not about P8, P12, or P14.
Something makes a move on the real goat on track.
And that's really helping him because now something has got a guy with a 5-second penalty in between him and the other race win contender.
Yeah, especially when Breakfast has a little bit of a moment there on the third to last
also,
corner.
maybe Maxette can go for a move. So, but the real goat is going for the move.
Yeah, with DRS.
Yeah, I think it's smart from something to not fight that.
Yeah. Quintoni as well in the other Mercedes, getting up to P7, overtaking Joe Knight.
But
Because we've got a yellow flag ahead of them. I think that's...
Ferrari.
Is that retirement from Lucci?
Yeah, Ferrari. And I think he was going for the fastest lap on new softs, but he made a mistake probably. So, yeah, Edward really close. But what we want to see is this battle, guys. And all of a sudden, there's 5 cars again in the DRS. No, 6. So, I mean, everything can happen, man. I think on paper still... yeah, okay, Bloodsport is dropping a bit behind now. So, but Maxette can even win this still.
Yeah, Bloodsport's is struggling to get some pace on these soft tyres.
Yeah.
Did really well on the hards earlier, but he's struggled since both safety car restarts now.
Yeah, he struggled a bit.
Fortunately, he's dropping out of DRS.
Yeah, I think his strategy was really good, but I think purely based on pace, he was never really in this fight. But who are in this fight are something Breakfast and Maxette. And let's see what Maxette can do. But they're all in DRS train with the 4 cars. So I think the only guy in danger here is the real goat, but he's having a penalty, of course. But I think something can use the real goat now to win this race. He just needs to...
And I think something's got the DRS advantage as well, as both Breakfast and Maxette were looking as if they were within 10%. Yeah, whereas something's probably still, carrying the 50% like he always does. Yeah, just to kind of keep everything going. Although he is flashing there at the back, so maybe not as much.
Let's go take a look... at Breakfast, how much? Yeah, they all use all their ERS. So, and yeah, I mean, I predicted the real goat to win, but he's having a fast, and you predicted something. So, at this moment, you're right with the prediction. But
yeah, as we come into the final sector almost of the race.
Yeah.
Can Maxette get the move done on Breakfast for what will be P2 after the penalties applied to the real goat?
Yeah, I think realistically, this is something's win because the DRS is too short up to the finish line.
Oh yeah.
And I think Breakfast is having
coming around the final corner now is something on this final lap here in Catalonia, crosses the line for the race win.
And let's see how much the real goat will drop. He's dropping 7, 8 places. And I think the last safety car is really hurting him because the real goat instantly left.
DNF'd?
Nah. That's
not in 12th, surely.
He finished, I think. I hope for him at least. But yeah, something is our race winner from round 1 QRL season 2. And yeah, like I said to you, Dave, he is quick and he's showing that. But Breakfast, Maxette also really amazing, finishing on the podium. And wow, what a race.
Yeah, I think the thing that's impressed me with something there today is not only in being fast, but making no mistakes throughout the race as well. But also it does show the quiet driver of the day there, Quintoni, coming up from P20 and finishing in the top 7, I think it was. I think he came 7th.
This is looking so weird, man. Jarno Opmeer in a Red Bull suit.
Jarno something.
Yeah, Jarno something. Well, yeah, wow. I think what really impressed me today were the Red Bull and Ferrari drivers until, of course, the carnage for... the teammates of the guys now on podium, but also really good recovery. Wow, Maxette, he started on hards, I think even outside of the top 10, or was he? No, he was in the top 10, I think. He started, but P3, man, good recovery.
Yeah, as well, I think looking back a little bit further down, I think Bloodsport's had a really good race there. Quintoni starting at 20th and finishing 6th.
Yeah.
Some big movers up. Panther there finishing 4th from 13th. So there's
definitely Maxette was starting outside of the top 10. But yeah, look how look how, of course, the last safety car made it closer than it actually was. But yeah, I think so. Something something you can expect. Of course, Breakfast, Max said, I don't know too well yet, but they're showing some really good pace. Panther is really surprising to me. Also, Quantuan from P20 to P6, man. And Bloodsport P5. It is really good result considering he wasn't one of the quicker guys today. Joe from P17 to P7. Wow, amazing drives from some people. But yeah, really unlucky, of course, for guys like the real GOAT, Lucci. They were really a long time in the top. And of course, Kippo couldn't do quite well in the race as well. But yeah. Wow, I think I'm even sweating more than the drivers. It's so hot in this room. But I'm asking you, Dave, can you ping Division 1 in the Division 1 chat? Ask for guys to join for the interviews. Wow. Yeah, Joe, unfortunate, man. Okay, guys, so while Dave is waiting for interviews, I'm going through the calendar a bit. Because next week, we got Jeddah, one of my favorite tracks to commentate. It's so tidy between the walls. And yeah, let's see what happens there.
Yep, so we've got a couple of people waiting in. I'll bring in Kippo first.
Let's go to the interviews, guys. So, Kippo.
I will bring him in. Hello there, Kippo. How are you doing?
Hello. Not the best, but, you know.
Yeah, so first of all, I made a big mistake. I closed my game, so I already forgot the result. But tell me, what was your starting position and your finishing position?
Well, I started P6 after I botched my final quali run. And I didn't end up finishing the race.
Oh yeah, you were the Red Bull, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you were a long time fighting in the top 7-ish. And so yeah, tell me about it. What went wrong while you're now out of the points?
Well, we were on a great strategy. We wanted to undercut a lot of cars, but it's just the fact that the safety car came out like a lap after I pit, and that just completely ruined it there. And then right off the start, people would just I just couldn't get the pace straight off the bat to not get it out of the DRS, and it just all went wrong from there.
Yeah, while I'm wiping my sweat on my face, so the first race, I think what I've seen, the Red Bull team is really strong. In Q2, you were actually 1-2. So next week we've got Jeddah. Are you joining?
Yeah, I'll be there.
And
hopefully
you think something is also joining?
Yeah, they will be there. Okay. Jeddah is not one of my best tracks, but I'll practice and hopefully
that was gonna be my question. So you already answered it. So, but yeah, I mean, while we're having this little conversation with you, is something also joining the interview?
Yes, I was going to bring him.
He won the race and he's a teammate of Kippo. So let's just drag him in now, man. Let's have a conversation with the Red Bull guys.
Bring in something now as well. How are you doing? Something race winner today? Look pretty comfortable for most of the race.
Yeah, beginning it was mostly just trying to get a good start, kind of botched the start, so just dumped battery to stay ahead and then try to pull a gap and manage it.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Ray here, congratulations. But I think the second safety car really, messed up the real goal. I mean, first of all, his 5-second penalty of the speeding in the pit lane, but also I think strategically wise, him being on the hards, having the advantage in the end of the race, and he had also the double ERS of you. So I think realistically he would have maybe gone for the win, but the second safety car really saved your race from P4 to P1. So tell me about it. Did you think you were capable of still winning before the last safety car?
I mean, yeah, I was mostly when Goose overtook me because the DRS on the main straight. I was just like chilling behind, trying to save tires, save ERS, because the regen is pretty good with DRS on if you get it, and if you don't have it, it's very poor. So I realistically was gonna have a lot of ERS on the last lap. Yeah. It's mostly about being a P2 going into last lap.
I know, but still, I think he had a little tire advantage and also ERS, but yeah, the race was still long, so yeah, like you said, the recovery of the ERS, if you have the DRS and stuff, and being P2 can also save you a bit of, tire wear, so yeah.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to double check as well, something before we go on to the next guys to interview. Were you worried at all when under both safety cars actually losing positions with the with you having that early box, then you seem to lose positions coming back out behind that safety car? Was there ever any worry at that point, or is that just something that you've got to deal with as a Red Bull on the game?
Not necessarily worry. It's just annoying because I'm both times I was very good in a restart, but the person in front of me both times just kept their ERS on the whole straight. So I had to also do that and then fight into turn 1.
That's annoying. I can understand, but maybe also really tactical from the guy in front. But
yeah, but the pit box kind of like fucked me twice. Like I lost 1 or 2 positions on both of them.
Yeah, to be honest, my race prediction was the win prediction was the real goat, and Dave predicted you. But to be honest, before the second safety car, I was really convinced the real goat was gonna win. I mentioned it multiple times, but when the second safety car came, I was like, okay, something was the quickest in quali, and he's P4. The real goat is having a penalty. 2 guys in front of him, I don't know too well, so I was like, okay, I kind of expected you to still win, and you did it. So I just want to say amazing stuff. I think I've seen a really strong Red Bull today. Unfortunate end for Kippo, of course, but I think pace-wise you can really fight for the constructors this season. So yeah, it's looking promising.
Yeah.
And guys in chat, if you're still here, you can ask questions to the interviewers. So to the guys getting interviewed. So if you have a question, please do it now because they're still in this. Dave, do you have one more question for Kippo maybe?
Not off the top of my head. I apologize.
Well, I have a question. Because something told me that he wanted to be teammates with you, and I was like, yeah, we want to have a bit of balanced teams this season. And so just be honest here, like, because you really showed some pace. Do you think Red Bull is maybe the strongest team on the grid?
Well, we can't really determine how are we the best from just one race. There's multiple tracks, but I'd say we've got a really strong pairing with me and Jesse here.
Yeah,
Not to like toot my own horn or anything.
I think
we've got a
I think you are a bit stronger than the balance we were looking for. But we're also like, yeah, some guys just want to be teammates. Let's just go for it. And in the end, it's a game. Let's have fun. Yeah, and we had fun. Unfortunately for you, of course, but maybe you have a nice recovery in Jeddah, even though it's not your best track. But
it's a long season. It's one round doesn't determine it all.
Okay, so I don't see anyone in chat saying, oh, somebody is showing a smiley. Hey, Edu, while you're typing in chat, do you have a question for Kippo or something maybe? Come on, guys. This is a new concept. You guys are doing a great job commentating. Oh, thank you, man. Well,
we do have both Breakfast and the real goat waiting
let's not,
in the interview room
let's
as well.
Let's not wait too long for the question. Maybe they have a question for Breakfast or the real goat, but I want to thank you guys both for joining the interview. Once again, congratulations with the victory and I hope for some decent points for you, Kippo, next week.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay,
and I'll bring in next the real goat.
Yeah, the real goat. Let's go. The real goat, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can.
Yo, hello. So first of all, really good race up until the end, of course, with the penalty. But I just wanted to say that I predicted you as the race winner. My co-commentator predicted something as the race winner. And I think up until the second safety car, you were really looking strong to win. Tell me about what happened.
Yeah, man. The race was insane. I was fully on my pace all the time. Something really let me push to the limit there.
Yeah.
So I think I could have easily gotten a P2, P1 maybe. Especially my hards felt great compared to the softs of Something and Breakfast. Like they were struggling a lot.
Yeah.
And I also had that on my mediums. Their softs were so good.
Yeah, but like you mentioned, like because you said, I was thinking maybe P2 or P1. Now, I was actually convinced that you were gonna get P1. Reasons why? Because before the last safety car, you were on hards, and it was like 15 laps to go. I was like, okay, mediums drop off a bit after 12, 13 laps. So, and you always had at least double the ERS of Something, because Something was around 30, you were around 70 and managing it really well. And I thought maybe the last 3 laps your hearts were having a big advantage. So I thought you were really strong to win. But yeah, the second say, how did you did you lose focus because you got a 5-second penalty?
It's a weird one because I was going into the pits just like not on the pace and going very slow, and
Mhm.
it told me I was green, and I had my pit limiter engaged, so I got off the throttle because I knew I was down. I
Hey,
didn't look to the speed, but the game told me I was good. And then I was like 2 kph over for a second.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that you can maybe figure out watching it back. Maybe it was a glitch. I hope for you it was a glitch, but if it was, justified, then unfortunately. But so, Dave, give this man a question.
Yeah, really close racing between yourself and something. Obviously, as Ray said a second ago, it was a shame for the 5-second penalty after the second safety car. One thing I do want to ask is though, were you looking to kind of try and extend that gap a little bit more? Did you ever feel like you could, say, get out of DRS after that second safety car to try and open up that lead, or was it something that you were struggling just to break that with something? Because you were both pretty closely matched.
I was trying to, but I didn't want to use too much ERS because I knew they would come back, and especially when something overtook breakfast, he was quick. He was all on me, and then he pushed me a bit. It's not reportable, and it was a bit on the unfair side.
It was turn 2 or 3.
No,
turn 2. I think it was right left the first couple of corners, and then I even mentioned a little touch, but I think, like you said, it was more a racing incident than something you can report.
Mm-hmm. And also on the, I think, lap 31, on the third to last corner, I was going a bit wide, and he just fully sanded on me, and he pushed me a bit wide, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It can happen.
Yeah, but even though those things happened, I think you guys, especially in the front battling, I think you showed how it's done, because I even mentioned in the stream, I'm so proud as an owner, because what we've seen today was a bit of wheel banging and sometimes maybe a bit sketchy, but not really dirty. So we haven't seen really crazy dirty stuff today, and also the time penalties weren't too bad. So I think this first race was one of our best races ever in this league, but also it was just better than PSGL racing standards. So that's making me really proud, man.
That's not that hard in the times now.
No, but it's really, it has been worse. I think for QRL standards, this race was amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
I didn't see anything dirty at all.
But yeah, wait until the battle, heats up when points are getting closer and closer.
Well, I'm not closely behind now in P9.
Nah, but I think what I mean is more like, the first round, nobody wants to take big risks. But I think after a round or 5-6, when people are really fighting for position, that's maybe where it's getting a bit more dirty. But let's hope that that's not going to happen. But okay, so one last question. And guys in chat, please, if you have a question, do it, because I haven't seen any questions yet. Okay, before we go to Breakfast, one more question to you, Goat. What was I gonna ask? Oh yeah, because in the end, Dave was a bit confused because you finished, but then you DNF. So was it do you still have the finishing position, or did you DNF before the finish line?
Well, I finished and I just quit to the main menu. I think.
Okay, yeah, that's already what I suspected.
Yeah, it's not too bad. One last thing before we do let you go, I just want to say there was some great side-by-side racing. I think it was pretty much the whole lap after that second restart was something. Obviously that penalty played an impact, but I'm looking forward to seeing you progress forward over the next few races.
Yes, thanks, and good luck.
Yeah, I think we can fairly say that the championship is probably going between you guys at least. So it's really promising, and yeah, unfortunate result for you, but I'm happy.
Still early days.
I'm happy to see you back next week to fight for the win again at Jeddah.
I'll be up there, no worries, man.
Hey, thanks for your time, and good luck next week.
Thanks.
Yo. Okay, let's get the last one in Blackfest. Yo, Blackfest.
I train, it doesn't look that bad. Or if I can get...
Hey, Blackfest.
Hello.
First of all, congratulations, or yeah, you were P2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so congratulations with P2. in the Ferrari today. One of the gooses of the league. So first of all, your teammate today was not your original teammate, and he showed some really good pace, but in the end got a bit unlucky. But you were, I mean, up until the last safety car, I never would have expected you to fight for the big points. Tell me a bit about your experience of the race.
I mean, my qualifying pace was nothing to write home about. I was 7/10 off in qualifying, qualified P8, but off the line wasn't amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I think by the time we reached the end of lap 1, we got to P7 or 6. After that, it was just working with people, trying to just get people's DRS and just glide into the right spots. And I knew I had the race pace to really compete with the top 3, top 2.
Yeah.
So I just locked into that. That safety car kind of really helped me a lot because it just made the whole pitting process less complicated with having to deal with back markers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like you said, I already expected you to be quite, okay in the race, because I remember when I raced, when you were racing, not that much, but at least 1 or 2 times, because you were originally a coffee goose, right?
No, I'm
oh, you're a goose.
I'm just goose.
Oh, goose with the digits.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's confusing me. So then I didn't race with you, I guess, but so I don't know anything else about you, but this race is showing something about you, because P2 in your first race of the season, I don't know on merit if you could have gotten P2. I don't know that much about you yet, but I mean, next week in Jeddah, what can we expect from you?
Jeddah's not my best track. And I think on merit, I definitely had pace for the podium. I mean, by the time I was at lap, hold on, by the time I was in about lap,
it was like lap 7
I mean,
or 8.
You were always
you were working your way.
You were always midway in the race. At least you were always in the top 7, 5. But
yeah. Let's see, lap 4, I was
even your teammate was. I think there was a moment in the stream while I was even mentioning, like, the Red Bulls and the Ferraris are really showing some pace today, but then one Red Bull and one Ferrari bottled it in the end. But you were always going for some decent points. So
by lap 4 I was in the top 3. I'm looking at it now, and I think I knew I had the race pace, because I've known for a long time that my qualifying pace is just nothing to be happy about. But I knew my race pace would be up there with Jesse and
fair.
The real goat.
That was good.
Well, and, I believe you, man. Like, so what we can expect is that you maybe So one last question before we finish the interviews. So your pace is okay, but do you realistically think that you're capable of fighting for the championship with the guys like Something and the Real Goat?
I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep a similar pace across the season to them, but if things go my way, then you never know.
Yeah, so you're definitely one to watch out for.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your time, and congratulations with your 12 points for P2. And unless you're getting reported or something else, but let's just, it's about now, and we'll see what happens. Well, yeah, GG's, and thanks for your time, man.
Yeah, great race.
Yeah, great race.
Thank you very much.
Yo, thanks. Okay, so let's go back to the comms box one last time. Wow, we've already streamed for 2 hours and 14 minutes. But that's, of course, full quality. I think it's normal. And so one last time through the chat. Somebody said, GG's, good race. Dan Baxter, thanks for watching. Edward is saying you guys are doing great job. Oh yeah, that's what I said already. Thanks, man. You did a decent race. Joe Knight, great stream, guys. Had it open all race. You gave me some good info. Oh, you cheeky bastard. You cheeky bastard. Well, yeah, we can't stop you, man. We're live, so everybody can do that. But I couldn't even do that, man. For me, it's too distracted. But you went from P17 to P6.
P7, I think it was.
Yeah, amazing job, Joe, man. Like, of course, Mr. Safety Car. You know, I think you were always fortunate with safety cars. But
yeah,
no offense, man. You had a really good strategy. So, so that's it. Lol. Okay. Wow, I think I wiped my face for at least 50 times. This is a lesson for me. If it's still this hot next week, I'm definitely getting my fans in. But it's it's cooking here, man.
Yeah, you got to bring that fan into the room or get yourself a nice little air conditioning unit because I am chilly right now.
Yeah, but I don't care, man. Blood, sweat, and tears, you know.
Indeed.
No tears yet. But maybe that will come when Carnage is starting to happen again. Yeah, QRL is back.
Indeed it is, and thanks for letting me come and join you, and hopefully can do this a little bit more regularly as well, Ray.
So you think you can do it next week, or?
It should be okay.
Okay, well, let's fill you in then. I'm happy, man.
Sounds
okay,
good.
so lastly, I want to thank everyone who watched. Also thank everyone who's watching this back who couldn't be here right now. I also want to thank Dave for commentating with me, and I also want to thank the drivers for showing some really good racecraft today, because this was definitely better than what I've seen the last couple of times watching PSL or WR. I'm proud. I had fun. Sorry guys, I was a bit all over the place sometimes with the viewing the right cars and stuff, but that will come by time. Yeah, before I lose my voice, I'm gonna end it here, and yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next week in Jeddah for round 2. Thanks, Dave.
See you next week.
See ya. Peace.
Thank you.